All right, session is recorded. So for people that are looking at, all definitely want to revisit the session, the recording of the session. My colleagues are going to be dropping the attendance sheet. So just fill the attendance sheet and you'll get access to everything. Okay, you get access to everything. So thank you very much for taking our time to join today's session. I'm totally excited and I'm pretty sure you're excited to be here also. So like I was saying earlier, okay, just before we started the session, uh, this is something I wish I knew before I even started learning about tech skills and all that, all the things that all the things that you've probably done already. These are things that you probably should have known before you even started learning, talking about tech and all that. So what we're going to be discussing today is the No-Experience Playbook. No experience. Not like you don't have any experience before in your life, or you've never done something in your experience before, but you don't have any tech experience. You want to become a GRC analyst. You want to become IT compliance. You want to go into cybersecurity, project management, business analysis, but you've not done this before. You've not worked in an actual office and carried that title before. So how do you get a job if you've never done it before? That's the question. That's the puzzling question everybody has. How do I get started even though I've never done this before in my life? And that's exactly what we're going to be talking about today. How to use internship, bootcamps, and side projects to get hired. Okay, and these are things that we don't really have good access to. All right, but we'll be talking about this today. We'll be delving deep into the session today, and that's exactly what we'll be covering. Who is excited to be here? Put number one in the chat if you are excited to be here. Let me see. Just put a number one in the chat and let me know that you are excited to be here. All right, fantastic. We have Johnson, Vinny, we have Temitope. All right, awesome. Keep the number ones coming. Let's have a good time today. Keep the ones coming. Number one in the chat. Just put a one in the chat. So I'm trying to introduce it to the chats now so that you know exactly how we're going to be having a good time in today's session. So the only way you can get the best experience in today's session is if you interact with myself, if you interact with me. So you're not just sitting on your bed and the phone is just playing and I'm just sounding. I want you to interact with me because the things we're going to be talking about in today's session are things that you could actually start to implement today, not tomorrow, not next week, not next month. So these are things you could actually start to implement today. So I want you to interact with me. I'm just going to spend the next 1 hour, 30 minutes, like maximum 1 hour, 30 minutes. So the things that we're going to be talking about in today's session, you will get access to it and you can start to implement it immediately. Not tomorrow, not next week, today. You can start implementing it today. So that's exactly what we're going to be talking about today. So if you want us to have a good time today, all right, this is how you experience, the session, and this is how you get the best experience from today's session. All right, so jumping straight into it, okay? How many? I'm pretty sure we have a lot of newcomers in the house, okay? But how many of you have heard of Andari before? If you've never heard of Andari before, put a 0 in the chat. Put a 0 in the chat. If you've never heard of Andari before, this is the first time you're hearing of Andari. Put a 0 in the chat. A 0 in the chat. Okay, fantastic. Awesome. Okay, yeah. So if this is your first time, you're in the right place. That's exactly why we're here. Okay, so Andari was born out of curiosity, okay, and out of demand for a certain criteria, a certain thing. And this criteria is majority of the job market. When you go into the job market today and you're looking to get hired, okay, people have started to see that your certificates, your learnings, and all that is not greatly appreciated anymore. All right. Majority of these employers, majority of recruiters are now looking for people that have practical experience, industry experience. You must have worked somewhere. You must have implemented this before I can give you the job. All right. Now, Andari is answering that question. And Andari is answering the question, where are you supposed to get that experience? Where are you supposed to get experience? You just learned data analytics. You just went through some courses online and you're looking to get a job. How do I convert that my learning into a job? That's the main question. But you see there's a gap, and that gap is experience. So where are you supposed to get that experience? That's exactly where Andari comes in. Andari is the platform that provides you with work experience Okay, real life project work experience in order for you to leverage that in getting the job that you're looking for. All right. So if today you have been battling the question, I've been applying for so many jobs and I don't know exactly, these guys are looking for people that have experience, but I don't have this experience. What do I do? That's exactly what Andari is solving. Okay. So we have 8 career paths: data analytics, data science, data engineering, business analysis, project management, SOC. We have SOC analyst and threat intelligence, GRC. We have ethical hacking and penetration testing. So these are the career paths that we focus on. And now I'm pretty sure some people on the call will be wondering why these 8 career paths. Why did we choose these 8 career paths? There are so many other career paths in tech. Why did Dari decide to choose this 8 career paths? I'm going to tell you. I'm not gatekeeping any information. I'm going to tell you every single thing. And that's what I'm trying to tell you now, that you're going to be getting so much from today's session that you just want to listen. You actually cannot afford not to listen. All right. You're going to be learning a lot in today's session. So get a pen, get a jotter, jot things down, write things down. Even though you're going to be getting access to the materials, it's not going to be like, you listening to me at the first time. So get a pen, get a jotter, jot things down so you can take things out of today's session. You can take things out of today's session. Okay. All right. So let's jump into it. This is Andari. This is what we do. Don't you guys find this interesting? Don't you find this exciting? This is exactly what we do. Okay. So if you're excited, give me the thumbs up reaction. Give me a thumbs up reaction if you are. This is something that you're excited about. Awesome. I can see the thumbs up and all that. Awesome. So let's jump straight into it. So like I said, I'm going to be spending the next 1 hour, 30 minutes, to discuss with you today. All right. So in this 1 hour, 30 minutes, what are we going to be discussing? Correct. Number one, obviously, why we're here. Okay. Why we're here is No-Experience Playbook. I don't have experience. How can I get a job in tech? I don't have experience. How do I get started? Number two, the pathway to becoming a tech professional and actually securing a job. So majority of the people that want to go into the tech space today are not learning tech because they like the sound of it. Most people that are learning tech today are learning tech because they want to get a better job. They want to get flexibility with the kind of work that they do. Just to tip it in, I was in a conference just this week, all right? And quite a number of the tech professionals that were there, they said the same thing. We all had the same thing, all right? Everybody was there in that event to network, to meet with other people. Now, every one of them also all work remotely, okay? So they were excited to come outside, to meet other people, to interact with other people. Oh, where are you working? Oh, I work for this company in the US. Oh, I work with this company down in Ontario. Oh, I work with this company in this. And you're based in Calgary, but you're working with different organizations globally. Okay, that's exactly the kind of flexibility most people are looking to getting into the workspace, getting into the tech space rather. All right, so that flexibility. So your pathway to becoming a tech professional and actually securing a job. You saying that, yes, I got a job after going through Andari, that's exactly what we're looking for. Now, we have number 3, the Andari Work Experience Internship, okay? That's honestly the icing on the cake. You definitely want to wait to listen to how the internship program works. Then number 4 is the special offer we have for you. Just because of you, we have designed a dedicated, beautiful package for you. All right, so these are the 4 things. So you see, very brief session, 4 things you're going to be talking about. Number 1 is the No-Experience Playbook. Number 2 is your pathway to becoming a tech professional and securing a job. Number 3 is the work experience internship. And number 4 is the special offer that we have for you. That's exciting. That's exciting, okay? So let's jump straight into it without wasting too much time, without taking too much time. All right. Oh my. Okay, just give me a second. Wait this program to respond. But let me just restart the program real quick. Sorry, just give me a second. I'm not sure why that happened. Okay, so while this is loading up, we're talking about the No-Experience Playbook. And one of the major question that people have majority of the time is, how do I get started? Okay, it's so easy for everybody to go buy a course currently, go buy a course in Power BI, go buy a course in Tableau, whatsoever. You can learn online now. It's easy for you to get materials online to get started. Okay, and that's exactly where it is. It's easy for you to learn, but it's difficult for you to get a job. All right. So looking at myself, my name is Ifemena Ipro. I'm the co-founder of Andari, also the co-founder of Analytics, and some other startups I run in between. All right. So I'm not coming from a technical background. I didn't come from a technical background. I studied economics in university in Lee City at Lee City University, Ibadan. Okay, so I went to school. My school it was in Ibadan, Lagos, Ibadan, your state, Lee City University. Did economics, nothing technical. There was no tech. There was not like tech back in the days. Okay, all right. After doing that, after my undergraduate degree, I wanted to get a job. I was desperate to get a new job, so I didn't even care, wherever I got a job. But eventually, I was able to get a job in management consulting with a consulting firm back in Lagos, Nigeria. All right, so you can see my background has not been coming from somewhere, coming from a technical space. Okay, I'm coming from a non-technical space. But you see, while I was working as a management consultant, I saw that there was a demand for tech professionals. There was a demand. All right, I saw that, doing research, talking to people, attending sessions like this, I saw that there was a huge demand for professionals within the tech space. And let me tell you the truth. The reason why I wanted to change career change was also because of the salary. So working as a management consultant back in the day, I saw that, in order for me to get to a salary threshold, I needed to have done several years of work in order for me to get there. So I was looking for a way out of that. Okay. So back in the days, in order for you to get to that senior manager level, you should have worked at least a minimum of 5 to 7 years before you get to senior manager. And that's where you start to enjoy yourself. That's where you start, not really enjoy yourself. That's where you start to get additional perks. But I was like, do I need to wait 5 to 7 years in order for me to earn that kind of salary? Okay, and that was what intrigued me about the tech space because at the time also I recruited for some roles, okay, and I could see how much those people were quoting as their salary, and that was back in Nigeria, okay. So I was like, okay, do you know what? I need to spend more time to know about this tech that people are talking about, and I'll tell you, it took me 2 years in order for me to get my first job, and I'm going to walk you through that today. It took me 2 years, okay, in order for me to get my first job. And those are the things that we're going to be exploring today. Well, getting the first one, when getting started is the difficult aspect. Getting the first job is the difficult work. That's the most puzzling thing. And that's where majority of us might be stuck at this point in time. Getting that first job, how do I get started? How do I get my foot into the door? That's exactly what we are going to be talking about in today's session. All right, so you can connect with me on LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, whatsoever. I'll be happy to chat up with you, schedule calls, and we can talk better. Now, let's jump straight into it. Ifemena, how many times did I call your name? Why are tech jobs so difficult to break into? Why are they so difficult to break into? Why? Do you guys like my AI avatar? I love it. I love the guy. The guy is so cool and fresh. I wish I was this fresh. All right. But Ifemena, why are tech jobs so difficult to break into? Now, like I said, even for me, I'm not going to lie to you. It took me 2 years. It took me what? 2 solid years to get my first job in tech. All right. And, doing that actually opened my eyes to it. All right. And that's why I'm, in the best position to explain these things to you today. Now, does this profile fit you? Okay. Does this profile fit you? And you need to be very honest. Number one, all these games that we see on Instagram, these, social games that we see on Instagram, put your finger down, put your finger down. I want us to do a put a finger down edition in today's session. Okay. I want us to do our own put a finger down. So does this profile fit you? All right. Number one, you have completed several courses on Udemy, Coursera, YouTube. You've paid for bootcamps. You've acquired a good number of certifications. So certifications from all these platforms and different kind of certification. How many of us, give me a thumbs up if you fit this profile? First thumbs up. So yeah, I can see, okay, Fumilayo, Chris, just a thumbs up. You don't have to raise up your hand, just a thumbs up. You see the reaction and you see thumbs up. Okay, yeah. I would like to you. This is a huge chunk of people have completed courses online. Udemy, Coursera, YouTube. They've paid for bootcamps. They've paid for free sessions. They've done so many things. Okay, they've gone ahead to get Google Data Analyst, Google Cybersecurity. This certificate, you've gathered all the certificates. All right. Now that's the first one. Now, the second one is you felt having an advanced degree would make it easier for you to land a tech job. So, like myself, the reason why I relocated to Ireland at the time to do my master's in data analytics was because I felt like having an advanced degree would give me an advantage. Okay, not a lot of people have masters in data analytics at the time, so I feel like if I spend so much money to do this, I would it give me an advantage in some kind of way. So most people that are looking at transitioning into the tech space also have the same mindset that if I go pay for one advanced program, and also to deviate a little bit. So I met up with some professionals here in Calgary, Calgary, Canada, okay, in Alberta, Canada. All right. And I was speaking to them. These are prospective people that are looking at just completing their masters or looking at doing, or currently doing a menial job, looking at getting a good professional job. So I was invited as a speaker to come speak to these people. And you could tell them that, and during the session, I got to see that a lot of them were going to a particular school to go pay a minimum of $5,000 to go pay for a course. Okay, so some of them were doing cybersecurity courses, some of them were doing data analytics courses, and so on and so forth. So, I was puzzled, and that's the reason why I added this particular thing here, this particular option here. I was puzzled to ask them the question, why are you paying so much for this degree, for this certificate? All right. And all of them responded the same thing. Okay. Oh, if I have this on my CV, they will know that they'll be willing, recruiters and employers will be willing to give me a chance. Okay. And that's the mindset most people have. That if I have an advanced degree, if I have a good certificate, most employers will look my way. Okay. But is that truly the situation? Is that truly the case in the job market where we are? Does your advanced degree equals to a good job? That's the puzzling question. We'll talk about that today. Now, you're wondering how to get your UK, US, Canada experience. So even in the UK, majority of the guys on the call will be from the UK. A lot of people in the UK also are puzzled, where do I get UK experience? So at the time when I was even looking at transitioning, what I did was went to go and get a job in a warehouse. Okay, I went to get a job in a warehouse to show on my CV that I have worked in Ireland. All right, and I'm pretty sure some people here in the UK are doing the same thing. You've gone to get a job in customer service, you've gone to get a job in care, you've gone to get a job in something else. Okay, just to show that you are working in the country, to show that you have UK, US, or whatever experience. All right, that's what most people are doing. So you see, these are the three, and there's a fourth one, anyways. All right, you've applied for several jobs and you've gotten loads of rejection emails. Rejection is like you apply for a job in like 2-3 minutes, you're getting a rejection email. That's exactly some people's situation at this point in time. So does this profile fit you? Have you applied? Have you completed several courses? Have you gotten certificates? Have you completed an advanced program? Are you wondering where to get UK experience? Have you applied for several jobs and gotten several rejection emails? If this profile fits you, you are not alone. Everybody, literally, give me a thumbs up if this applies to you in some way or the other. All right. Feel this, if this applies to you, put a one in the chat. Either give me a thumbs up or put a one in the chat if this applies to you. So I won't lie to you guys. This is a typical profile of any immigrant outside the country. This is the profile of any immigrant that has relocated out of Nigeria, out of Ghana, out of Africa, and you decided to go outside of that your comfort zone to go look for a better life in the UK, in the US, or in Canada. This is typically the process. So you've taken courses online, you're taught your master's or your advanced degree is going to give you an advantage in the job market. You're wondering where to get this experience that people are looking for, and you've applied for jobs and you've gotten loads of rejection. I've been there. Okay, 100% I have been there. But yeah, and that's exactly what I was saying earlier. I'm going to be sharing my own personal experience. I'm not going to be using somebody else's experience. I'm going to be using my personal experience. So like I said earlier, I started my career as a management consultant, and I would say that I was doing okay. I was doing very good back home in Nigeria. Okay, I was working in Lagos for a boutique consulting firm, and I was doing okay, doing very good. Okay, but like I mentioned earlier, I just needed more. I wanted more. I wanted more out of a career. Okay, so At the time, I had no tech background, no tech back, zero tech background. So nothing about coding, nothing about computer science, nothing. Just like you today, probably. Okay. Same thing, no skills. I had no technical skills. The only skills that I had were management consulting skills. Okay, how to document, how to write proposals, how to talk to clients, and all that. Those are the skills I had, not technical skills. All right, I had no tech experience, no tech experience. So you see, you doing your work in Nigeria, when you relocate out of Nigeria, you now come to a different country. It could be Canada, it could be UK, it could be US, you relocate. That's when you now start to see that, okay, you need to ask yourself that honest question. Do I have skills? What skills do I have? What skills do I have? Like literally be honest with yourself. Ask yourself that question because I have to ask myself that same question. What skills do I have? So when I go to the job board, when I go to, CV library, I go to read.co.uk, I go to LinkedIn to look for a job, I usually be asking myself that honest question, like, what skills do I have? Okay. Now, a little bit of digressing. So I was speaking to a mentee, someone I was mentoring a couple of months ago. All right. The guy just relocated to the UK. And we're having that one-on-one conversation, how's it been settling in, blah, blah, blah. And he told me like he's currently looking for a job. And that's what now led to, okay, what were you doing in Nigeria? So he was a program coordinator, within the organization for a fintech for an FMCG. So it was a coordinator, something coordinator. All right. So I was asking him the question like, okay, tell me what are the things that you do on your job? Just tell me more about the things that you're doing as a coordinator. He said, if you mean I coordinate things. I said, I don't get it. He said, if somebody wants to get something done in the office, they get it done. I was like, okay, like what? He said, anything, like he's a coordinator, like he knows how to coordinate things. I was like, Baba, what do you do? What are you doing? Like, what's your day-to-day like? He said, if the CEO wants something, they tell me to go do it. I was like, okay, that thing that your CEO says you should go and do. He said he could go and look for materials. The cars are not working, fix the cars. Go and pick up somebody from the airport. There was no job description. He was just busy doing things. My guy was just busy doing things. So, and that's the honest truth with most people also. Even when I was working in consulting, if you should ask me back then, if you meant what were the skills that you had, I really would not be able to put a finger to it. I was doing consulting. I was talking to clients. I could write proposals. I could do a lot of research. I could create very good PowerPoints and all that. But okay, what skills do you have? Okay, I can talk to people. Okay, I could do presentations. Okay, but when you travel outside the country, is that what you're going to use to get a job? Most likely not. Most likely not. You can't use those things to get a job. And that was my reality also. That was my reality. So when I relocated, okay, I was excited. I want to jackpot, I want to move out. I relocated and I got to Ireland. Okay. And when I got to Ireland, the reality set in also. All right, you have to pay bills, you have to survive. And that's why they call it survival job. Survival job. All right, that's what they call it. So I got a job in the warehouse. And while I was working in the warehouse, I interacted. I had a wonderful time. I won't lie to you. I had a wonderful time working in the warehouse. So you see, my physique today, my muscles, and I usually say this, I didn't go to the gym to get muscle. I got muscle working in the warehouse, okay? So I had a wonderful time doing this job, okay? It wasn't exciting at the time. Now thinking about it, it was exciting. But now, when I was doing that job, when I relocated from Nigeria, quit my job, left my family, relocated to a new country, and the only job I could get at the time was a menial job working in the warehouse. That it wasn't great at the time. All right. This kind of jobs can't sponsor your visa, can't really afford you the kind of life that you want to live. You have to be at work every single day. The day that you don't work, you're not getting paid for it. So all those things were there. So I was also obviously I had no time because the more time you're in school, after school, you need to go work. After working, you need to go back you have to sleep. When you wake up, you're going to job. It was night shift and all that. Anybody that's outside the country understand what survival jobs are. Okay, so I did this job, but while I was doing the job, yeah, the question everybody should ask himself is, what next? What next? So on this job, it was, at the time, I had opportunities to work several hours, okay, even more than the regular 20 hours. So during the break, you could work up to 40 hours. After masters, I was doing like a crazy number of hours. So I was even earning very good money at the time. I was earning about 1,000, almost close to 1,000 euros per week. But I was working crazy hours. Crazy hours like sleep, work, go to sleep, work, sleep, work. That was just the thing I was doing. I was getting good money. But the key question one needs to ask himself is, what next? What next? So while I was working in the warehouse, I also had this conversation with, other people that I met there, the senior colleagues. And I was asking them, what's your per hour rate? They've been working there for the last 3-5 years, and they are just a bit, maybe €1 or €2 above mine. And they've been doing that for the last 5 years of their experience. So it means that if I stay there for the next 5 years, they're likely not going. I'm going to be in this same situation. So I'm not going to be earning more. I'm actually just going to be progressing in a very, 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 very minimal, point. Okay. So I was looking at getting the proper job because I did come from Nigeria, consulting, wearing suit, looking fresh, looking cool, going to the office, talking to majority of the tech bank CEOs. But I was working with majority of the banks. I was doing work for them and all that. So I didn't come from that kind of life to working in the warehouse, lifting boxes and all that. So while I was looking at getting a proper job, these were some of the issues that I faced that you are probably facing today. Number one is over-reliance on degrees and certificates. So while I was applying for jobs and I was speaking to recruiters, majority of the time, it was just anytime I was speaking to any recruiter like this, I was always talking about, oh, I just completed my master's. Oh, I just finished my master's. I just have a master's. I have a master's. I have a certificate. And I noticed there was a trend, okay? When I started talking about my master's certificates and all these things, there was a turn off in their face, like it was a video call, or sometimes it was physical. So anytime I was talking certificate, degrees, the things I've done, I could feel they were waiting for me to finish talking and let me ask the real questions. Do you have experience? All right. So you see, and in the same situation, I was downplaying my experience. I was downplaying my past experience significantly because I just felt like I'm coming from Nigeria. I don't know how to put it. I don't know how to convert my past experience into what I want to do now. Okay. So I wasn't doing that. So I was downplaying my past experience. So anytime a recruiter or employer would speak to me and ask me, okay, tell me about a time you've done XYZ, I would always say that, oh, I want to work with the organization. I want to grow, start from the bottom, understand the organization and grow. And this was a mindset that I had in Nigeria. So if I was speaking to a recruiter in Nigeria, and I said that I want to start from the beginning, I want to start from the bottom and grow with the organization. No, Nigerian HR would think long term, okay, this guy wants to stay with us long term. This guy is willing to learn. This guy wants to understand the ropes. This guy, I've worked with a lot of HR recruiters in Nigeria back in the days, all right? And I was using that same mentality to talk to Irish recruiter. Okay, downplay my past experience, relying on my degrees and certificates, and I'll tell you for free, I got a lot of rejections, lots and lots of rejection emails. Now, the next thing is poor CV and LinkedIn profile, poor CV, LinkedIn, and interview skills. Okay, so my CV was bad. I didn't know that. Okay, but let me tell you something today. Now, my CV, if you're applying for jobs and you're getting a lot of rejection emails, you don't have a good CV. No matter how you have optimized your CV, if you apply for jobs and you're always constantly getting rejection emails, the problem is not you. The problem is your CV. All right. I'll digress a little bit. Okay. And the reason why I'm digressing, you will learn from this particular, like I said, these are the things that you can easily implement it from today. So when you apply, when a job is posted, okay, when you go online and a job is posted, all right, and you apply for this job. So you are here, this is you in your house, in front of your laptop, all right, and you apply for this job. You apply for this job, okay? What are you using to apply for this job? You're using your CV to apply for this job, okay? Now, this job that is posted, All right, it's not a human that is going to review your CV. There is no physical person that is going to read your CV. No, there's no physical person. So that's what I'm saying, that the problem is not you. The problem is your CV. So there's a system. There is a system. All right. There is a system that would review your CV. And this system is called ATS. Have you heard of ATS before? If you've heard of ATS, I want you to give me a thumbs up. ATS stands for applicant, okay? Applicant tracking, okay? Tracking software or system, okay? Software. Now, applicant tracking software. So when you apply for a job, the ATS would have to look at your CV first of all. It's the ATS that will look at your CV. So what is this ATS looking for? This ATS is looking for keywords, okay? Keywords. So you see all of us that use one CV to apply for 10 jobs. When the recruiter see my CV, they will understand I can do the job. Nobody they look at your CV. Nobody has seen your CV. ATS, the applicant tracking software, will be the one to read your CV, okay? Search for keywords. Now, if the keyword exists, okay? If the keyword exists, so if they're looking for certain keywords, if that keyword exists, they will send you congratulations. Okay, they send you congratulations email. If the keywords don't exist, they will likely do what? They will likely send you a rejection email. All right, they'll likely send you a rejection email. In some cases, if the keyword exists, okay, they will likely have another second level, okay, which is where the recruiter will look at. This is at this point that the recruiter will now look at your CV. Okay, it's at this point the recruiter will now look at your CV. But you see, majority of the posts that you have go online to do will do what? ATS would review your CV first, okay? Search for certain keywords, and if you don't know how to use keywords on your CV or your LinkedIn profile, you're likely not going to be able to get a lot of job opportunities. But that's exactly why we're here today. We'll talk about this, all right? So core CV, LinkedIn, and interview preparation, interview skills. Now, let me tell you, let me break it down a little bit better. Now, let me use my experience to explain it better. When I was applying for a job, initially, I was getting lots of rejection emails, okay? So I optimized my CV and my LinkedIn profile. And then anytime if I apply for 10 jobs, I could get like 6 rejection, but I was now converting more those jobs, okay? I was getting 4 out of 10, I could get 4. Congratulations, moving to the next stage, okay? And it kept increasing over time, okay? Now, when you go to an interview and you don't pass the first level, if you go for an interview and you don't pass the first level of interview, then you know your interview is, you don't have good interview skills. That's number one. Now, if you pass the first level, but you always miss the second level, it means you don't have experience. Okay? It means you don't have relevant work experience. Now, usually the third level, okay, in some cases, the third level is usually the technical level. Okay, so if you don't pass through the third level, it means you might not be as sound technically as you think you are. Okay, so you see, at every level of the interview you drop off, it says something about you. It says something about you as a professional. Okay, so if you're not getting calls initially, your CV is bad. If you start getting calls, okay, but you don't pass the first level, all right, your interview skills are not very great, okay? But if you pass the first level, you get to the second level, you don't pass through the second level, it means what? You don't have experience. If you get to the third level, which is usually the technical stage, and you drop off every single time at that technical level, you might not be as good as you think you are technically. That's the root, that's it. So the first level is HR. So the first level, let me just write it down so you understand it better. So the first level interview is usually HR. Okay, this is when HR will call you. Second level is usually the team lead that will call you, that will speak to you. All right, the team lead or the manager or whatsoever. All right. Number 3 is the technical stage, which will be a combination of the team lead and either the director or somebody you're going to be reporting to directly. So the first level is just, let me get to know you better. HR. Number two, team lead. So this is what I'm talking about experience. You don't have experience. The team lead can easily spot it because you're going to be working with me and I can ask you questions. And if you don't answer those questions, you don't have experience, I'm going to drop you off. Number three, this is the technical part. Okay. The technical things you're going to be doing on a day-to-day basis. Can you do it? If you drop off at this stage, you are not as good as you think you are technically. I mean, if you're enjoying yourself, please give me a thumbs up, guys. I don't know. Let me know. Give me a thumbs up or drop it number one in the chat if you are learning something from today's session. All right? You're learning something, give me a one in the chat or just give me a thumbs up. Fantastic. I love this. I love it. More energy, more energy, more energy. All right, awesome. So poor CV, LinkedIn, and interview skills are the things that set you aside, okay? Now, work experience and another thing entirely. Another discussion entirely, okay? So like I said, the reason why I got this job, two things. Survival job. Number two, a lot of people have told me that if you manner on your CV, you need to show that you are working in Ireland. I was getting information from people that need information. I was getting information from people that needed more information, okay? So people that they don't even know what they were doing, okay? That didn't even know what was successful, what a proper job looked like. I was getting information from people that were working in the warehouse or working other survival jobs or had not even gotten a job. I was getting advice from them because I felt they've been in the country for long. I should listen to these people. And that's the mistake that most people have, okay? You're getting advice from somebody that is not working a proper job or working a tech job, all right? Or probably also struggled to get a job or currently is struggling to get a job. That's the situation I found myself. So my CV, part of the things that coupled to me getting a lot of rejection was on my CV, I had warehouse operative, Ireland. I put it there on my CV and I felt like that would give me an advantage. There's a work experience, correct? We're talking about work experience. So I felt like me putting that thing on my CV would give me an advantage, or more zero advantage. It doesn't give you any advantage. But how do you work around this? We'll talk about that, okay? The last thing is lack of focus. Lack of focus. And I would say this is likely going to be the most significant thing that affects everybody on this call. Lack of focus. So when I'm talking about lack of focus is when I was doing this job, okay, I had a friend of mine that got a job as a software engineer. Omo, he got a job, he was earning well, living life. I mean, the guy spent good money. I saw him wearing Yeezy for the first time, and I was wondering, like, how you must be earning so much money that you could buy a Yeezy, the sneakers and all that. I was so excited, like, so what did I do? Because this guy had gotten a job, software engineering, what did I do? I dropped all the things I was learning. This job, if you buy that can buy you a Yeezy, that's what I want to go and buy. I want to go and get a career. So I started learning software development. So I started learning PHP, I started learning front end, back end, I started learning these things, okay, at the time. Another friend of mine again got a job as a UX developer. UX developer. I know this guy now. I know book more than this person. So what did I do again? I went to go and I dropped everything again for software development. I started learning UX, UI UX development, UI UX product design. And another friend of mine got a job as a business analyst. Okay, what did I do again? I dropped everything to go learn business, and I see that every single time. And I'll say this, all right? At the end of the day, the reason what made me successful in the career I am is focus. You focus on one thing at a time. Focusing on one. The grass is not greener on the other side. The grass is greener where you water it. So the guy that got a job as a software engineer, I'd been doing it in Nigeria for about 5 years before he came into the country. The guy that got a job as a product designer had been doing projects. He was working as a graphic designer, but in the same vein, he was doing UI UX. He had been doing it in Nigeria. I've been doing graphics designing. So I don't know, when you talk about the iceberg, the only 20% that you see on top, oh, this person got a job. I mean, you don't know what the person has done underneath. You don't know the kind of sleepless nights, the kind of project, the kind of thing that the person has worked on. But on the surface, Omo Omi has gotten a job. I can do it. I know book more than Omomi. I can anything Omomi can do, I can do times two of it. So that lack of focus was one of the major things that that set aside for me. Okay, so these are the major things that affect everybody, every single person. Over reliance on that your degree and certificate. I have a master's, I have a certificate, I have CompShare Plus, I have CBAP, I have all this certificate that you're running Elter Skelter to get. It doesn't give you an advantage. That's the number one thing. CV, bad CV, poor CV out, that's something that is common, is a common denominator amongst everybody. Irish experience, you're going to get a care job, thinking that care job will give you experience in the UK, and you can use that experience to get a Czech job. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful mistake. Biggest mistake. All right. If it's a survivor job, keep it as a survivor job. It shouldn't be on your CV. Okay, it shouldn't be anywhere near your CV. So let's move on to the next thing. Okay, so I don't take too much of my time explaining this, but eventually I was able to get a job. Okay, and guess what? I got a job as a business intelligence developer. You guys should give me a round of applause, guys. I got a job. Nobody's giving me a round of applause. Eventually I was able to get a job. Okay, after over 8 months of me working in the warehouse, learning during the day, squeezing in hours to learn and all that. Those are the things that really set me aside. So what I would say is, if you're enjoying the session so far, you want to get access to these materials, just fill the attendance form. It takes you less than a few seconds to fill the attendance form. We'll send you all the materials from today's session. Okay. So I was able to get a job as a business intelligence developer. Anybody that hears that now will think that is one very mad job, very good job. It's a good job, or one very serious technical job. For guess what? It was Excel. I was using Excel to create reports. That was it. Honestly, at the time, I was using Microsoft Excel to create reports. So it was when I was on this job, when I got this job, then I started to wonder, like, it took me 2 years to be learning Python, SQL, to be learning so many things, all right? But now I got a job that was paying relatively okay at the time. But, it was Excel I was using every single day. And the title was Business Intelligence Developer. If you see the JD for this role, if normally, okay, nobody will apply for that job because of the things that they put there. But that's another conversation, okay? Now, I got this job, not with any other company, but the same company I was working as a warehouse operative. Okay, so I was working in the warehouse, okay, a couple of weeks before, about 2 weeks, all right? And in the next couple of weeks, I was working as a business intelligence developer for the same organization, for the same company, not another company, the same organization. So you see, that's what sets you apart from everything. That's what sets you apart at the end of the day. Your experience, is what sets you apart from everything. So now, the question I want to ask you guys is, can you guess the project I used to get this job? Like, remember, I was not coming from anything technical, okay? I wasn't coming from anything technical background, no technical background. I was coming from consulting, which had nothing to do with data analytics, data science, or anything like that. But can you guess the project I used to get this job? Now, that's the interesting thing. A lot of people will think that, oh, Ifemena, what did you do? Let me show you the projects. When I got I'm going to click, the link is here. And that's the reason why I'm saying that you should, you should fill the attendance form so you get access to this. So you can actually look at it yourself. So you can say that, oh, Ifemena, this is interesting. So let me bring out my browser. I'll click on the link and you see it's going to appear now. Okay, that's it. Now it's on LinkedIn. So this is I started training people on how to do this small projects. Okay, so this was the project I did. It was an Arsenal dashboard. It was an Arsenal dashboard in Power BI. Arsenal. So I used to be a very strong Arsenal fan back in the days. Okay, so I was just curious to find out how many, in EPL, when you're looking at EPL, English Premiership League, how many player opposition did they win? Did they lose? If they lost, how many goals? Who was the top scorer? Who was the top goal scorer? And so on and so forth. That's what I did. That was the project I did. So when they were asking me during the interview process, do you have experience working with, analytical tools, Excel, Power BI? Oh, maybe I had Power BI like this. I said, oh, yes. I know how to use Power BI. I have built different reports in Power BI. And they will ask you, okay, can you tell me can you show us any of the reports that you've built? So I was even ashamed at the time. I was ashamed. I was like, I want to be showing Arsenal dashboard in an interview. So I said that I don't have anything professional at the moment, but I have things I do for fun. So the guy was like, "Oh yeah, sure, go ahead, share whatever you have. Let's see what you have." So I went ahead to share this report, and you see, the guy was amazed. The guy was like, "You did this yourself?" I was like, "Oh yes." He said, "Where did you get the data from?" I said, "I did. I got the data from a website. I scraped the data. I built a visualization, so on and so forth, and all that." And the guy was amazed. And the guy was like, "You did this, like nobody asked you to do it. You did it yourself." I was like, "Oh yes, I just love football, and that's what I came up with." And in like the same day, the guy during the call, I asked him the question, "How many days is it going to take me to get a feedback? Okay, to get the next feedback for the next level?" All right. The guy said within a week, because they have other people they are recruiting, they're also speaking to. I will tell you now that that same day after the interview, I got a congratulations. This is your offer letter. This is we are accepting you, blah blah blah. And I was amazed. I was like, okay. I thought they were still speaking to other people, but like I said, I used an Arsenal dashboard to get this job. And over the years, I've worked with other professionals that are looking at transitioning, not to build Arsenal dashboard now, okay, but to work on real life projects that you can use in getting a job. I'm not saying you're going to build Arsenal dashboard, use Arsenal dashboard to go and get a job. No, I'm talking about over the years, even the page I all right. I'm not saying you're gonna be that on dashboard. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that this was 4 years ago. I posted this 4 years ago. Okay. And I was using this to train people on how to use Power BI. All right. Because I'd seen it had worked for me. I'd worked with other people around me and it worked also. So I was like, okay, why not teach other people how to do the same thing and see how it goes on from there? And honestly, that's what gave birth to all this training and helping people transition and so on and so forth. So now that's exactly where it came in from. So you see, this is the formula that you need to take advantage of. This is the formula. This is the almighty job formula. Can somebody say almighty job formula? This is the almighty job formula. In 2025, if you want to get a job, this is the almighty job formula. And what is it? It is T raised to the power EX plus E equals to job offer. Now, I'm very sure some of us don't like mathematics or like formulas and all that, but this is a very simple equation. T raised to the power EX plus E equals to job offer. So what does T stand for? Technical skills. T stands for technical skills. So you learning Power BI is not sufficient enough. If you're learning Splunk at the moment, or you're learning whatever you're learning at the moment, Wireshark, you're learning Jira, Trello, you know how to use all these technical skills, it's not enough anymore. You need experience. So that raised to power experience, that's the main thing. That's what people are looking for. Experience is what people are looking for. Now, coupled with another E, which is employability skills. Employability skills. So when you combine technical skills plus your experience plus employability skills, your job offer is waiting for you. It's not as difficult as you think it is. Yes, it might look like, where do I start from? Well, we'll talk about that again also. Technical skills plus experience plus employability equals to your job offer. So now let me show you myself. So you see, when I got the first job, I started to see that, okay, it took me a long time to get a job in tech. So let me take more intentional step to see if I can get better job, okay, get better offers. So I started applying for jobs again. When I even got that one, I started looking for better offers. Okay, so I got this one. This was just about, I would say, 4 months into the job. I got another offer with Dell, the computing company. Okay, the laptop brand, the computer company, and all that. So it was a demand planning advisor role. Most people will see this and think that it is administrative, but this is data science. This is the data planning advisor role was core data science. I was going to be doing a lot of forecasting and so on and so forth. Okay. So I rejected this offer. Why did I reject it? Because when I went back to my office, the office I was working, and I went to tell them that, okay, I've gotten another offer. I want to resign. I felt this offer was good enough for me and all that. The boss I was reporting to that did not want to increase my salary, that gave me a salary that was just okay. That was okay. It was good. I will lie. It was actually a very good salary, but I needed more. Okay, but they didn't want to give me more. So when I got this other offer, what did they do? They matched the offer. The perks I was asking for before, they gave me the perks I was asking for and additional things like that. So I was like, okay, if I had gotten this offer, okay, and they increased my salary, matched the offer, gave me perks and all that, let me keep looking for more if I will get more. And in the same vein, just less than 2 months later, I got another offer working as a global business systems analyst, okay? And it's the same formula. The technical skills, your experience, plus employability. So you remember when I started talking, I was getting loads of rejection. So the first thing I wanted to focus on was, somebody's asking about employability skills. I would spend some time on employability skills, don't worry, okay? So from that job, I moved on from there. They gave me the better offer, rejected the offer. Then I got a better offer. So by the time I went back to the office to tell them now I've gotten another job, okay, and I don't know what to do. The guy even told me like, oh, if it's not every time you get a better offer that we are going to increase your salary, okay, and that's exactly where it came in. And I was like, okay, do you know what? Boom. I'm going to take this offer. So I took the offer with with this particular company, and honestly, that's how I've been moving. And in 1 year, I was able to double that salary. I was able to double the salary, okay, in just 1 year. Just a few weeks before, I was doing what? I was working in the warehouse. And you can see, and that's the reason why I put it there. I put the date, some of them, the dates are there, so you can see the progression. This was in September of that year. This was in September that year. This was in November. I got the next offer. So this is not something, and you can see my name there. This is literally the email I received from the company. So this is not fictitious. This is not AI generated. Do you understand? And that's exactly where we're coming from. So when I'm talking about the almighty job formula, I'm not saying this from just from guesswork, what I think it might be. All right. But this is exactly what you need. Technical skills coupled with your experience, coupled with employability skills, you are going to get a job. It's not magic. You are going to get a job. But now I'm pretty sure like you guys are asking, what is the technical skills? What is this? What is that? We are going to talk about that extensively now. Okay. So if you are enjoying the session and you want to get access to the recording, the materials, and all these things we're talking about, please fill the attendance form. Please ensure you fill the attendance form. Now, these are other success stories from Andari, okay? So you can listen to Andrew. The links are there. You can just click, and that's the reason why you need to fill the attendance form. So you can listen to these people about their own success stories and the things that they did, going through the internship. All right. This is Solomon, data engineer, Basara, data science, Olaimi, data analyst, Timmy, cybersecurity, and so on. So these are actual people that have gone through the program, and you can listen to them and hear exactly what they have to say. All right. Now, let's use the next 30 minutes to finish this, okay, to talk about this. If it matters, I have more questions. What technical skills guarantee I get a job quickly? What technical skills guarantees I get a job quickly? Number two, if I can get that technical skills, or if I have that technical skills, where do I get this experience? That's number two question. Because EX plus E, remember. Okay, so where do I get that experience? That's a posing question. And the last question is, what are employability skills? So nobody asked this question already, what are employability skills? So let's, without wasting too much time, go straight into it. Technical skills. This was at the time when I was looking at transitioning into the tech space. I also read this report. So I need to tell you guys, you need to read this report. So you see, when you click here, it will take you to the browser, okay? And you will get the document. It's a 290-page document talking about the Future of Jobs Report 2025. You need to read this. You honestly need to read this. So please fill the attendance form. get access to these materials, spend 30, 40 minutes just scanning through it. But I've taken out time to help you out, highlight something so you can see. This is technical skills that you need to learn. So over here, you can clearly see they have two tables. So now one table, this is careers that are going to grow, okay, and careers that are going to decline, okay. You might want to take a look at career paths that are going to decline. You might want to take a look at it. So you see here, you have construction laborers, special education teachers, relationship managers, health education service managers, manufacturing constructor, primary school and early child teachers, social work and counseling professionals, vocational educational teachers. So there are quite a number of roles that are going to be declining in the next 5 years, 2025 to 2030. You definitely want to take a look at this, honestly, guys. Okay, so you see, let's take a look at the career path that are going to grow. That's the major concern. That's why we're here. So you want to plan your life, you want to plan your career, you want to plan your thing. These are the career paths that are going to grow. Okay, they're going to grow. So now let's take a look at it. Number one, we have over here, you see here, big data analyst. We have AI and machine learning specialist, data warehousing specialist, data analyst and scientist. I have to open my mouth very well so you can hear me very well. Data analyst and scientist. The reason why I'm saying that loud and clear is because most people feel that is a job that is saturated. I know 10, 20 people that are learning data analytics. I'm not going to learn it because there are too plenty there. It's saturated. There are no jobs. This is not Andari that is saying this. This is the future of jobs report. This is not from what you think. This is people that have spent hours, time, resources to research this, and are telling you about the career paths that are going to continue to grow. Okay, data analyst and scientist. Then the last one you have here is data engineers. So you see, this all this career paths fits into data engineering as a career path. So if you want to go into cloud engineering, cloud in general, data engineering is your go-to. All right. Now you have data analytics and data science. These are career paths that are going to continue to grow. But that's not all. Let's continue. We also have business analyst. Okay. Now you see here, digital transformation specialist, and we also have process automation specialist. These roles pertain to the role of a business analyst. Now, moving on to the next one, we also have cybersecurity. So you have security manager specialist, all right? You have information security analyst, and you have database and network professional. So it's a tilt between data engineering and cybersecurity. That's why I give it to the two of them. All right. So cybersecurity is another in-demand career path that you need to go into. That is going to be growing in the next 5 years. From this year onwards, you are guaranteed to be always having a job opportunities. So data engineering, data analytics and data science, business analysis, cybersecurity. Is that all? No, there is more. All right. So you see now, highlighting it again, you see business intelligence analyst, sales and marketing professional, supply chain and logistics specialist, management and organization analyst. This all falls into the domain of data analytics and data science. Don't you guys find this interesting? All right. So now moving on to the next one, we have database architects, which is into the role of data engineers. And last but not the least, you have project managers. Now, these are career paths that are going to continue to grow in the next 5 years. So if you want to get into the tech space, this is what I would recommend. These are the career paths that I would recommend for you. These are the 8 career paths, sorry. These are the 8 career paths that I would recommend for you. So data analytics, data science, data engineering, business analysis, project management. Now, when you're looking at cybersecurity, I divided them into three major careers: SOC analysis and threat intelligence, ethical hacking and penetration testing, and you have GRC, governance, risk, and compliance. These are the 8 distinctive career paths that you want to take advantage of if you're looking at getting into the tech space. So I'm not talking about go and learn tech. I'm giving you specific where you can go. If you've learned, that's fantastic. That's why we're here for you. If you've learned, you spent the last couple of months, years learning a particular tech skill, this is where you need to be. But if you've not learned it before, you might need to go learn these skills now. Start, pick up one, focus on just one career path and learn as much as you can. Now, which of these career paths are you interested in? Or which one do you have experience in? So I want you to just put it in the chat. I want you to put it in the chat. So is it DA? Is it DS? Is it DE? Is it BA? Is it PM? Is it SOC? Is it ethical hacking? Put it in the chat. Just use abbreviation DA, DS, DE, BA. Let me see the ones that people are interested in. All right, project management. We have SOC, we have PM, we have BA and PM, we have DA, we have DS. Somebody has selected 3 career paths. Jesus, I said focus on one. Focus on one. Somebody put data science, data engineering, and business analysis. 3. Choose 1 or 2. All right. I like it. I like people that like balanced diets. So I'll do data analytics, data science, and project management. So if data analytics no show, I go use data science. If data science no show, I go use project management. But this is interesting. I'm seeing this. So we have SOC, we have GRC, we have project management, we have data analytics, we have data science, we have BA. Interesting. I love this. I love this. This is exactly what we're trying to talk about. Focus on one. Pick one career path and stick to it. Stick to it. But now let's take it one further. Now we know the technical skills that will guarantee you a job quickly. True or false? But now the posing question is, where do I get experience? Where do I get experience? If it may not help me, if it may not help me, not help me. Help me is help. There's a difference between help and help. Okay? There's a difference between help, okay, and help. Okay. So in this situation, it is not if it may not help me. Help me means if it like you still have some level of charisma, a level of steez. You get me? So you're saying if it may not help me, I need your assistance. I need your assistance. But this situation now is if it may not, I have these technical skills. Help me. I need experience. Help me. Okay. So that's exactly what we're here. We'll talk about experience in the next few seconds. Okay. Where do you get this experience? It's a puzzling question, isn't it? So let's go straight into it. And that's why we have Andari. A round of applause. Honestly, we are doing things in Andari. And you guys need to understand that we are doing things. A round of applause for Andari, guys. A round of applause. A round of applause for Andari. This is where you get your experience. This is the platform that guarantees you work experience. Guarantees, not like that might, guarantees you actual work experience. Okay, now let's jump straight into it. Now, take a look at some of the guys that started last month, April. Okay, and I'm going to show you some of the projects they are working on. These are some of the projects they are working on. Some, not all, some of the projects they're working on. All right, and I've created this for you so that you can easily click on it and listen. You can click on it and listen to the projects that they are working on at the moment. That's exactly what you want. That's what you're looking for. Actual real life projects that you can work on. I wish I could play it and you can listen to it. Let me see if I can play one shortly, very briefly. Let me just listen to any one of them. Let me listen to it. Let me see if this will play. Just give me a second. Let me share the audio so you can actually listen to the audio properly. Okay. All right, give me a second. I'm gonna start sharing so you can listen to it. Okay. A window. I think I should be able to share audio tile, clean tile. Okay. All right. Let me move it to another. Just give me a second. So you can actually see it yourself. Okay. Okay, so here is the video. So this is a data analytics project, okay? It's a product analytics. So people that are looking at going into product analytics and all that, that's a project that you definitely want to jump on. So I would explain this better, but let me just...
Hi, I'm Polumi, representing Nexolink, the tech innovator behind VenBridge, our latest digital commerce platform. VenBridge was launched to transform the way buyers and sellers connect in today's fast-paced online marketplace. Designed to foster not just transactions but trust and loyalty, this app aims to set a new standard for seamless and transparent e-commerce experiences. It's our strategic leap into the future of digital trade. It's been 3 months since the official launch of VenBridge, following a strong pre-launch and post-launch marketing effort. But here's the catch: now that the app is live, our product team needs clear, actionable insights into how well it's performing. We want to know, are users adopting the app? Are they engaged? What's working and what isn't? With thousands of installs, daily user interactions, transactions, and even a few app crashes, there's a story hidden in the data, and we need your help to tell it. As a data analytics intern or consultant, your task is to develop a performance monitoring dashboard using Tableau. You dive into real user data, app installs, signups, daily active users, uninstalls, crashes, and average time spent to uncover trends and monitor user engagement. Your dashboard will include a dynamic region leaderboard, engagement tiering, and a forecast model using Tableau's exponential smoothing to predict future usage trends. It's more than a visual, it's a decision-making tool. This project isn't just about building charts. It's about helping a real business make smarter, faster decisions that directly impact user experience and product growth. You'll gain hands-on experience with product analytics, forecasting, dashboard storytelling, and
So you see, that's just some of the things you do. This is a data analytics project, okay? I'm going to show you that of a SOC analyst, so you understand exactly where we're coming from. You understand the kind of projects we're talking about. So this is that of a SOC analyst for an actual organization that you will get to listen to, all right? So just in the first few seconds.
Hi, I'm Frank, and I'm excited to welcome you to this critical cybersecurity engagement with Zenith Solutions, Inc. We're a fast-scaling IT services firm headquartered in London, with over 300 employees supporting clients across Europe and North America. Our core mission is delivering secure, cloud-based enterprise solutions to clients in regulated industries like healthcare and finance. As part of our operations, we depend heavily on platforms like Microsoft 365, Azure, and Slack to collaborate and deliver value to our clients. Recently, we experienced a targeted phishing email compromise where several employees received spoofed messages impersonating our internal IT team. These emails directed users to reset their passwords through a malicious link. This breach exposed a critical gap in our detection and response capabilities. Now, we're turning this incident into a valuable learning opportunity, transforming it into a hands-on SOC training case study. Your job? Help us investigate, analyze, and respond like a real-world cybersecurity analyst. As part of the SOC team, you'll work through the full incident response lifecycle, from collecting indicators of.
So you see, that's exactly what we're talking about. We don't have enough time. I would have loved to, go through all the videos that I have there. All right. But you see, that's exactly what we're going to be talking about. These are kind of projects you're going to be working on. Real life case studies, real life projects that guarantees you actual work experience. So if you have the time, fill the attendance form and you will get access to all these pages, all this, the project. You can click on them, listen to them, understand exactly where we're coming from. All right. So we also are, obviously, it's not just one project that you get to work on. We have tons of projects that you would get to work with. So if we have enough time, I'll probably share this at the end of the session. So you see, these are some of the codes that we have running, okay? We have different case studies, different projects across different institutions, different industries, and that's how you get to build your practical work experience. So you are working on real life projects, okay? Some things we have adjusted just because of reputation and so on and so forth, different risk that comes with you big sourcing for this project, okay? But these are real life projects you're going to be working on to gain hands-on experience. You can put it on your CV, you can talk about it during your interviews and so on. So if you're looking at experience in data science, have you done anything around cohort analysis? Have you done anything around LLMs? Have you implemented any AI solution before? That's exactly what we're going to be doing. If it's data engineering, have you built, pipelines for big data and all that? Do you understand? Data analytics, business analysis, and so on. These are some of the projects that you get to work on, and you get to improve your skills and also build actual work experience. All right. So moving on, these are other projects in ethical hacking and penetration testing. We have another one here in GRC. So if you're interested in all this career path, these are things that you need in order for you to get started. Now, what do you guys think about this? Give me a one in the chat if you're excited about this opportunity where you get to work on real life projects, real life experiences, and these are the things that you can put on your CV to say that these are the things I have done, this is what I have done, this is what I implemented, and so on and so forth. So if you're excited, put a 1 in the chat. Let me see. All right. So these are some of the projects, just some, not all. These are some of the projects that our interns are currently working on. Some of them have finished some other projects, and these are the things that you want to be a part of. All right. Now moving on. So Andari is that platform that guarantees you work experience in order for you to transition into the tech space. So if you're wondering where to get experience, where can I get UK experience? We are registered in the UK, we are registered in Canada. So our work experience, our work profile, our work preference would help you get that job that you're looking for. All right. So now the next question is, what are employability skills? So you see, I've answered the first question. What technical skills should I learn? Number 2, where do I get this experience in those career paths? Answered it also. And the third one is employability skills. What are these employability skills? Now, number 1 is CV review and revamp. Now, CV review in the sense that where are we coming from? Okay, what career path are you coming from? So if you are in customer service and you're looking to move from customer service into cybersecurity, you would need a CV revamp, because customer service to cybersecurity are 2 different career paths. So how do you tailor your customer service experience into cybersecurity experience? That's what we do best. So we would help you do that. We would help you achieve that brand, redesign, brand revamping from customer service to cybersecurity. Now, a review on the other end is if you've been working as a branch manager in Nigeria, okay, or you were working you're doing some kind of work, okay, that is slightly related to analytics or data science or data engineering, and you're looking at revamping, you're looking at that, making adjustments to your CV. That's what we call a CV review. So a CV review is not as technically, it's not too overwhelming, okay? But a revamp on the other end, you are doing a total change of one career through the other career. So you're coming from accounting and you're going into GRC. You're coming from care and you're going into data analytics. All these, you need a revamp of your CV. So your CV is you in digital format. So if you're getting loads of rejection today, number 1 is your CV is bad and you need to review it. Okay. Now moving on to the next thing, what is employability also? LinkedIn optimization. So when we're talking about LinkedIn optimization, it's like Google. When you search on something on Google, you want to appear on the first page. That's what they call search engine optimization. The same thing with LinkedIn, it's the same thing. So if a recruiter decides that, I'm looking for a business analyst, and they search for a business analyst on LinkedIn, will your profile appear? If your profile doesn't appear on the first, second page, you honestly don't have a good profile. It means you're not getting a lot of views. People are not looking at your profile. You don't get a lot of eyeballs. And I usually say this, the more eyeballs that you get, the more your opportunities. The more eyeballs that you get, the more opportunities that you go. So if anytime somebody searches for a business analyst position and people are always looking for, anytime they search, they are always seeing your profile, they will likely reach out to you. It's not even magic. They would likely reach out to you. So you need to optimize your LinkedIn profile to ensure that you are standing out in the job search market. So whenever somebody is searching for a role, they will see you. The more eyeballs that your profile attracts, the more the opportunities. So have that at the back of your mind. Just it's a simple word. The more eyeballs see your profile, the more opportunities you're going to get. So that's why you need to optimize your LinkedIn profile to get more eyeballs, get more views. Okay, that's how you get people to attract you. So you see those people that are posting on LinkedIn, I just finished this project. I just completed this. I just did this. I just did that. It's not just for the fun of it. All right. So that also is part of the optimization we're talking about. Okay. So the more frequency of which you post, the more likelihood that somebody will see your profile, the more likelihood that somebody will reach out to you for an engagement. And that's exactly what happens. The next thing is navigating the job market. Where do you apply for these jobs? Where do I get a job? Okay. Let's take a look at this. So if you're looking to get in a job today, and you want to go into GRC. Okay, I could see some people interested in GRC when I asked the question. You want to go into GRC. A lot of people will go online and go and search for GRC analysts. So let's go and look for it. So read.co.uk. So let's take a look at this. I go online and go and look for, I want to learn GRC. What role would I be looking at? GRC analyst, correct? I'll go and search for GRC analyst. All right, I search for this. Now, if I search for this, definitely some roles will come out, okay? Some roles will come out. Let's take a look at this. Date posted. Nothing was posted today. 10 jobs were posted yesterday. 15 was posted last week. And 22 were posted 2 weeks ago. So now somebody will see this and think that GRC, there are no opportunities in GRC, correct? That's what most people will think. There are no opportunities and this is part of what I call navigating the job market, correct? This is part of the thing I talk about, navigating the job market. Now, this person will think that there are no jobs in GRC. So if you meant, why are you telling us to learn GRC when there are no jobs in GRC? Now, let me tell you exactly what the difference is. Now, let me change the job search from GRC to IT analyst, IT compliance, sorry. So compliance, IT compliance. Let me change it to IT compliance, and let's see what it comes up with. Okay, so you see, IT compliance manager, information technology compliance, and you see a lot of compliance role. Okay, so compliance manager, you see a lot of procurement risk coordinator. There are so many abbreviations of it. Okay, so now let's go to date posted and see this. Today alone, when you're looking at IT compliance, you have 212 jobs that were posted today, not yesterday, today. So whatever time it is, it's about 9 p.m. your time, 9 your time. 212 jobs are posted on a Saturday today. Now, the next thing also is, in the last 3 days, how many jobs are posted? IT compliance, 6,761 jobs are posted. 6,700 in the last 3 days. In the last week, 10,000 jobs are posted. This is not my website. This is read.co.uk. This is what? Read.co.uk. All right. But when you take a look at these jobs, what are they looking for? They're looking for people that have experience. All right. And you can try this with every other role. Okay. So most people will say that, okay, I want to become a data analyst, for example. All right. I search for jobs that are data analyst. Now, this would give you, let's see, date posted, 13 jobs were posted today. 355 jobs were posted in the last 3 days, 664 jobs were posted in the last week, and 1,068 were posted in the last 2 weeks. But now, do you know that as a data analyst in the UK, you can also apply for something you call Power BI? Just you, because you know how to use Power BI, you can actually apply for Power BI developer, Power BI consultant, Power BI implementation, Power BI, just one skill. Just you as a data analyst, not combining all the skills that you know in data analytics. Just Power BI, just one particular technology. Let's see exactly what you come up with. Okay, they posted 2 jobs in the last 3 days, 148 jobs that require just Power BI, 234. This is coupled with the data. This is different from the same one I just posted. So one skill providing you with many options, many options. The same thing with business analyst. So it's not just business analyst. Don't just search for just business analysts. There's business data analyst. There is process analyst. There is change management. There's so many roles you can actually get into that you don't know you can actually get into. And that's exactly what navigating the job market entails. That's what it entails. So what kind of jobs can you do? That's the posing question. And that's what would answer for you. That's what would help you with. Interview preparation. All right. You go for an interview and they ask you, oh, Oluchi, tell me about yourself. Let's get to meet you. Let me get to meet you. Let's know you. Tell me about yourself. How do you answer that question? Majority of us don't know how to answer that question. We ramble, we freestyle. Oh, my name is Ifemena. Oh, my name is Oluchi Elizabeth. I have 2 years of experience. And you just ramble about things. Oh, I'm the second child of my father. I am the eze buru buru of my whatever. You come up with different situations, okay? But now, how do you answer that question? How do you answer the question? That's exactly where we teach you what we call the seat approach. So interview, you talk about the seat approach. So what's the seat approach, you would ask? So when you want to introduce yourself, you just don't freestyle the answer. You go through this particular methodology, seat, Okay, so you talk about your skills first of all right? You talk about your experience, okay? You talk about your achievement, okay? And the last but not the least, you talk about your traits as a professional. What are the traits? Now, you see, a lot of us just don't know how to answer this question. Tell me about yourself, and you just give them plain vanilla question answer. So now, when you talk about skills, when you are talking about your skills, you see, when you're applying for a job, for example, let me go to a job post now and explain this better. So when you go to a job post, and let's just say, I want to apply for this Power BI developer role, okay? Now, these guys have taken out time to tell you exactly what they are looking for. They've taken out time to tell you exactly what they are looking for. I am looking for a 6 feet tall man, okay, dark skin, works in tech, okay, works in London, works in cities, London Center or business district within London. That's what I'm looking for. So if a chubby and a non-muscular man comes to approach the lady, what happens? There's a rejection. That's the same thing with this, okay? These guys have specified exactly what they are looking for. So if you have a ton of experience in supply chain and you know how to use SAP very well, and you know how to use QuickBooks, and you know how to use so many other materials and applications, it really doesn't matter anymore, honestly speaking. That you're 10 years in SAP, in QuickBooks, in Excel, in Care, in all those things, it really doesn't matter anymore. They've told you exactly what they are looking for. They need somebody that is experienced designing and developing insightful Power BI reports. So when you're talking about your skills, when you're introducing yourself, you're not talking about, I have years of experience with SAP, I have experience with QuickBooks, I have this, nobody cares about that. They don't even care about those experiences. They need somebody that knows how to implement Power BI. All right. So when you're talking about your skills, you are tailoring to the role that you're applying to. So the next job you apply to, okay, guys, don't give them generic skills. Okay, don't talk about your skills in general. Oh, I know how to use Power BI, Excel, Tableau. What are the things that they are looking for? Tie it to the role. Same thing with experience. So if you have a ton of experience in supply chain or teaching in education, and this role is in fintech, please talk about your fintech experience. Talk about how your experience or your skills ties into that industry, that company that you're applying to. All right. So achievement, what are the key achievements you had? And the traits are what makes you, what are the things that make up you? All right. What are the things that you like to do? What are the things that make you successful? So on and so forth. So you see, these are the ways you answer a question that you really don't know. There are also what we call situational-based questions. Situational-based question is, tell me about a time. Tell me about a time you've done something. So how do you answer that question? You also use the STAR approach, the STAR. So we use a lot of acronyms anyways. So STAR is talk about the situation, all right? You talk about the task, all right? You talk about the, action that you took, and you talk about the result at the end of the day, all right? These are the things that you need to know. So when you tell me about a time you've done XYZ, tell me about a time as a business analyst you worked with difficult stakeholders, and how do you answer that question? Oh, I remember, yes, when I was in Idumota, Lagos, we had 2 manufacturers that were fighting. So nobody cares about that. Okay? Situation, task, action, and result. These are the things that really matter. What was the situation? What the task you performed, the action you took, and the result at the end of the day. That's exactly what we're talking about. So interview preparation is imperative when you are looking to get in a job in the tech space, and would help you with all this. Mentorship session, you have mentors like myself, you have other experts that you're going to be working with to get you into the tech space. And we have job reference. This is like the icing on the cake, guys. This is the icing on the cake. This is exactly what you are looking for, in the sense that if you apply for a job today, you're working in the care, you're working in the warehouse, you need somebody to stand with you, stand at your back to say that I can guarantee that this person has experience. That's what the job reference does. There is no employer in the UK that will not ask you for reference. Okay? And that's exactly why we offer you reference. And that's why we register ourselves in the UK, in Canada. We're currently in the process of registering ourselves in the US. So you see, that's why we register ourselves in these places, so we can stand with you, stand at your back, and guarantee that you have experience. That's exactly what we'll do for you. Last but not the least is on-the-job support. So once you get a job and you just, they just send you one report to say, analyze this report, and you don't know what to do next. That's where we come in also, to say, okay, all right, you have somebody to reach out to and ask questions like, oh, I just got this thing. I don't know what to do. I remember you said we should do this, but I'm not sure if I should start with that or start with this. You can still brainstorm with somebody, a coach, a mentor, that will still guarantee you this. So this is an embodiment telling you that you have nothing to be afraid of when you're looking at transitioning into the tech space. So you see, what skills you should learn? I've answered the question. Where should you get experience in those tech skills? I've answered the question. Andari is the only answer. Andari is the only answer. Number 3, employability skills. What would Andari do for you in terms of employability? Would help you with your CV revamp. Would help you with LinkedIn optimization. Would help you with navigating the job market. Like I said, GRC, IT compliance. You see the 2 roles. You can see the more demand in one role and the other one less. All right? Are there more in other ones? Okay. Those are the things that you would help you out with. Interview preparation, how to answer questions during an interview. Now, the next one is mentorship. Okay, we'll provide mentors for you that you can get to work with. Job reference letter. Okay, somebody that will stand at your back, gidigba, and say that this guy, I can vouch for him. He's Sabia. He knows it. He knows it. Don't worry. He knows it. Just give him the job. Who is looking for a job? Drop a 1 in the chat if this is something you're looking for, guys. I'm enjoying myself. I won't lie to you. I'm totally enjoying myself. All right. And I hope you're enjoying yourself too. So drop a 1 in the chat. Let me see the people that are enjoying themselves. Let me see. 1. Awesome. I love this. Okay. All right. So let's go to it. How many things do you need to learn a job quickly? So this is the final thing I'm going to answer today. How many things do you need to do to land a job quickly? All right, very simple answer. There are only 3 things you need to do. Only 3 things you need to do. You need to learn the technical skills like we talked about. So data analytics, data science, business analysis, project management, data engineering, SOC analysis and threat intelligence, ethical hacking and penetration testing, and GRC. These are the technical skills that you need to go learn today. If you've not learned it before, you are looking at getting started, please go and learn it. Go and learn it and focus. Some people will say focus. Anyone that works, focus on one. Just choose one and focus on it. Okay? So whatever the career path you want to go into, please stick to it. Don't make dilly-dallying today. A friend of mine got a job as this. A friend of mine, this person that I think there are more jobs in this. All that is just noise. Focus on one career path. Everybody's successful in their own career path. So if you're looking at GRC, there are people that are doing fantastically well in GRC. If you're looking at data analytics and you are thinking that everybody's doing data analytics, I don't want to do it because there are plenty of people that you're just making a huge mistake. That's where you can get your job. All right. Same thing with data science, same thing with business analysis. Next thing is to package yourself, and this is employability. All right. Learn, package yourself, have a great CV, know how to answer interview questions, have a great LinkedIn profile, get good mentors, get interview preparation, get job reference, on the job support. And now who is providing all these things for you? All right. I'll tell you, apply for jobs, tailor your CV to the job post, and apply to as many jobs as you can aggressively. I can tell you in a matter of days, months, or weeks, you would definitely get your job. You will get a job. Okay? I can beat my chest because I've showed you my own life experience. All right? I would show you also other interns that we've worked with, other people I have worked with, and they've gone ahead to getting jobs in the tech space. All right? So these are the 3 things that you need to do today. Learn the technical skills, package yourself, apply for a job, you will definitely get a job. All right? Like I said, at the start of the session, remember what I said. Before the end of this session, there are things that you can start to implement today. Like not tomorrow, not next week. You can start to implement today. So learn the skill, package yourself, apply for jobs. you will definitely get a job. So now moving on to the next one. How can Andari help me? You see those three things I talked about: learn, package, apply. Learn, package, apply. Learn, package, apply. Put that at the back of your mind. Every time you're sitting there, you want to sit down, learn, package, apply. You want to eat that food you're about to eat, learn, package, apply. You want to do anything you're trying to do, think about it, learn, package, apply. Now, the only platform that does this for you is Andari. And the reason why we're doing this is because based on this research happened last year, and they were looking at entry-level jobs. They did analysis of only entry-level jobs. So you just graduated from college or university, and you're looking to get in a job, entry-level. That's what we call entry-level jobs. All right, and you can see that majority of these entry-level jobs require minimum of 6 months experience. So you see, 23% of the jobs that were posted last year, entry-level, 6 months experience, needed at least 6 months experience. All right, 36% of them needed at least 1 year of experience. Now, 20% said about 2 years of experience, and 8% 3 years. So that's to tell you a majority of the job posts, even for entry level, not even looking at mid-level or mid-level roles and all that within the tech space. Because I usually tell most people there is nothing like entry level in tech. There's nothing. You won't get entry level data analyst. You will barely find those kind of jobs. There's nothing like entry level business analyst roles. No, it is business analyst. So when you click on it, you'll find out what? Need at least 2 years of experience. All right. Where are you supposed to get that experience? Andari, anyways. So you see, majority of the rejections that happen on a day-to-day basis is based off these categories of things. Number one is lack of required years of experience. Number two is lack of required technical skills. Number three is lack of soft skills, lack of required soft skills. Okay, so these are the reasons why people get rejected for job opportunities. Now, let me tell you how the internship program works and why you should do this, why you should do it. All right. Now, what we've done is to take the burden of you getting experience. We have won it as a cap to say that we must give you quality experience. Like, we must guarantee you quality experience. That's what we're guaranteeing you. So we've taken this burden, and what we've done is we have gone ahead to look at business partners, different business partners across the world. All right, different business partners across the world. And what we've done is to partner with them to give us their unique problems. So, okay, we just had an attack. We had a breach with our cybersecurity team. Okay, tell us more about it. So we get this information from the company, okay? So they give us their challenges. Oh, we have this app. We just launched this app. So that's the data analytics project I showed you earlier. So that particular company based in London just launched their app. And what have they noticed? They noticed that quite a number of people have, got on the platform, but less people are engaged. So people download the app and people don't get to use it over and over again. Okay, so there's a decline in user adoption. So you as a data analyst in that particular organization, what would you do? That's exactly, so they had that challenge. They gave it to us as a problem. So we will now give it to you, our interns, for you to work on. Okay, they've given us the challenge. Okay, what do we do next? We give you our interns for you to work on the project. So you will work on it as though you're working with this company. Okay, and you're gaining that real life experience. But you're not doing this alone. You're doing this alongside a coach or a mentor. Okay, a coach and a mentor. Okay, so what do I do next? I'm analyzing the data. Should I analyze the data before I do my data cleaning? Should I do my data cleaning, or should I do my process mapping first before I do my gap analysis? Do you know all these things? There is somebody there for you to coach you and mentor you. All right. And moving on to the next thing, after you've completed the project, there's a team presentation or an individual presentation and your recommendation to the company. Now, this recommendation that you give is not just going to be thrown in the bin. This recommendation is going to be given back to the organization for them to implement. Okay? And if there's any feedback from there, you'll be getting feedback from the organization, or we will share this feedback with you. So you see, you working on this project, you can add it to your portfolio and add it to your LinkedIn profile. Okay, and that's exactly what we do for you. That's exactly what you do. So you can add it to your CV that you're currently a business analyst consultant with Andari. You can add it to your CV that you're currently a data analytics consultant, a GRC consultant, a SOC consultant, a data engineer at Andari. And these are the things that you need to understand. So you can add it to your CV. You can get work reference on demand. As soon as you start, you want to get started, we would help you out with that. Work experience, and you can share this experience during the interview. So let me tell you this last trick. Not really a trick. I do a lot of recruitment for companies outside the country. Okay, from the UK, I worked in Ireland, I worked in the UK, I've worked in Canada, I've worked for businesses in Europe, I've worked for businesses in the US. So I have a ton of experience, and I do also recruitment for this organization in some cases. So now, let's say you apply for a job today. You apply for a business analyst role, BA role. And this role requires you to have 3 years of experience, okay? So you've created a great CV and you've applied for this job and you're able to get into the interview, all right? Now, if I'm going to be interviewing you and I want to assess if you have 3 years of experience, let me show you exactly what I would do, all right? So in this interview, I would ask you 5 questions, okay? I would ask you what? 5 questions. Now, the first question will be, as a business analyst, okay, this is just a random question. As a business analyst, tell me about a time you've done business process mapping and how did they improve the process, okay? So you're likely going to give me an experience. You are going to give me an experience to tell me that, oh, I remember when I was working with this organization, this is exactly what I did. Okay, I would ask you the second question, okay? And let's say, for example, okay, when have you dealt with a difficult stakeholder before? You would answer it with another experience. I would ask you another third question. Now, this third question, if you use any of these 2 experiences to answer this third one, okay? So if you say something like, okay, oh, I remember the time when I was working with that difficult stakeholder, okay, yes, in that same project, that was when I did gap analysis, okay? I would excuse you a little bit, okay? If I ask you the fourth question, and you use one of these experiences again to answer this fourth question, I can tell you without a doubt, you don't have quality experience. So if you're reusing experiences during your work, during an interview process, it's also a red flag. That's how I get to know you don't have good experience. So who's going to, have you guys used the same experience several times during an interview? And did you know this was good or bad? Put a yes or a no in the chat. So if you know it was good, or you didn't even know it was good or bad, just give me a thumbs up. All right. So these are things that we do unconsciously. These are things that we do unconsciously that we don't know that, oh, why did I get a rejection? I think I did very well during the interview. I answered all the questions. I did everything right. Well, how did you answer the question? And what experiences were you sharing? So you used only 2 experiences for 5 questions. You don't have experience. You used 3 experiences for 6 questions. You don't have experience. Do you understand what I'm saying? So you see, these are the things that you need. You need project-based experience that you can easily draw from. So if you work on 10 projects here at Andari, I can tell you for free that in the next couple of, when you're going for an interview and they ask you 5 different questions, you can use 5 different project experience to answer this question, and you have something to say every single time. So that's that on how the internship program works. So you see, the business partner is giving us the project, we assign it to you, you assign it to the coach, you assign the coach, you do your team presentation, you work on the project, you present the project, and you get access to everything else. Okay, so now moving on, Andari is that one-stop shop platform. And remember, LPA, learn, package, apply. Learn, package, and apply. So looking at this, one-stop shop platform that provides you with everything. Learn, package, and apply. So you see, with Rave is our internship platform. Is the internship platform that we're talking about, where you get to work on projects, where you get to work on real life projects, and you get to work with other people like minds like yourself, and you get to build your experience in the domain that you're looking for. So if you're going into data science, you get to work on projects in data science, machine learning, AI, LLMs, so on and so forth. And that's how you build your experience in data science. Same thing in data engineering, same thing in SOC, same thing in all these things. So now, in the same vein, while you are working on this project, you need to learn. There's some things that you know, and there's some things you don't know. And that's exactly where Andari comes in. So I'm going to share the website. So all you need to do is go to Andari, okay, create an account, and I'm going to show you this. Now, if you go to, if this is the Andari website, you see Andari, this is my dashboard. So once you create an account, you have access to this dedicated dashboard, okay? So you see, you click on learn, and you see for every program that you're going into, for every career path that you're going into, you have learning resources. So take, for example, you're going into data analytics, okay? You have materials, learning materials dedicated to you as a data analyst going through the internship. You have introduction to data analytics, you have data Excel, you have Power BI, you have Tableau, you have SQL, you have Microsoft Fabric, and we still have more courses that are going to be coming on the platform. So you see, you're learning, you're doing the internship to gain experience. In the same vein, you are learning. So if you've not done Microsoft Fabrics before, and one of the projects involves you using Microsoft Fabric, how does it go? You can come here to come watch the videos or watch the projects on, or watch the videos on Microsoft Fabrics and use that in building your learning capacity, and you can then be learning and working on the project at the same time. Okay? And that's what makes it exciting. One-stop shop platform. So it's not like you are doing internship with Andari, you're going to learn on another platform, and you're looking for job reference on another platform. One-stop shop platform. So you don't need to, everything is combined, everything is made available for you at Andari. Okay? So now that's the learn page. That's the learn page. But we also have the portfolio page. We also have what we call the portfolio page. Now, if you come back here, you would see portfolio. Now, this is your own dedicated portfolio page that you can share with recruiters. Okay, so rather than building a website that shows your projects you've worked on, and so on and so forth, creating an account on Andari, you have a dedicated portfolio page that you can then copy. You can see this, share this link. You can see the page link. You can copy this link and share with potential recruiters. So let me bring in a new browser and show you exactly what you see. So I'm going to bring in a new browser. You see, this is a new browser. I'm going to paste the link in there, okay? And I'll press enter. You see, it shows a new page. Now, this is your own dedicated web page. So you see on the URL, you have Efemena Ipro. In your own case, it will be your own name with your own profile. Do you understand how exciting this is? So you can put this profile on your LinkedIn or on your CV, and people can click on it and they can see your portfolio overview, all right? Your name, your job title, the technologies and the tools that you work with, your contact information, and so on and so forth. So, and they can also get to see the kind of projects that you've worked on. They can click on projects and they can see the projects that you have worked on. So you see here, they can talk about cybersecurity. You can let's take a look at this particular project in my portfolio. Cybersecurity, a machine learning approach to network intrusion detection. So you can see this is the overview of the project, the rationale of the project, the aim of the project dashboard image, the data description I worked with, and so on and so forth. So you have your own dedicated project portfolio. So rather than going to look for where to design a portfolio page, creating that on the Andari website, you have that. And that's what I'm saying again, one-stop shop platform. So you can do your internship, all right? In the same vein, you can learn on the same platform, and in the same vein, you can create your portfolio. All right, the next thing is packaging. We would help you with your CV review, we would help you with LinkedIn optimization, we would help you with mentoring, we would help you with coaching, we would help you with interview preparation, we would help you with job reference, we would help you with on-the-job support. So you see, you have absolutely nothing to be worried about. You have absolutely nothing to be worried about. And the last but not the least is apply. Now, we have our dedicated job board that you can go and apply for remote jobs. So on the website also, you have job board, and you see here, discover remote jobs worldwide find entry-level jobs from Indeed, Glassdoor. So rather than you going to all these other job sites to look for remote jobs, we have everything in one place. So rather than going on Indeed to look for remote jobs, LinkedIn, Glassdoor, Career Info, your Flex Job, Simply Hired, rather than going to all these places to look for remote jobs, we have orchestrated and we've organized everything in our own remote job board. So you see it here, Andari job board. Okay, and you can come here to look for different kinds of jobs, from analyst roles to analytics to cybersecurity to business analyst and so on. So you see this is a business data analyst role. So if I click on apply now, it will take me to the job sites that has a job. So this is from Indeed, all right, and you can start to look at it, okay, and you can apply for it from Indeed. So rather than going to all these job sites to be looking for remote jobs, we have consolidated everything into one platform, and that platform is Andari Remote Jobs. Okay, so you see when I'm talking about one-stop shop platform, it's not to joke around. This will tell you actually the reason why we've done this is to make it easy for you to get a job. Okay, easy for you to get a job. Learn, package, apply. It's not distributed. Everything has been consolidated inside one platform, and that platform is Andari. All right, so we have a course starting next month, the 10th of May. If you want a part of the internship, give me a thumbs up real quick. Give me a thumbs up. I have a special announcement I want to make to you guys. If you're looking forward to starting the internship, give me a thumbs up. If I don't get 10,000 thumbs up, they're not going into that. I need 10,000 thumbs up. All right, I'm just messing around. I'll show you, don't worry. All right, so we have a next course starting on the 10th of May. We have another one starting on the 7th of June. You definitely want to be a part of it. You want to grab your copy as quick and as fast as possible. All right. So what I would say is we have 3 months internship and we have the 6 month internship. Now the downside to this, the only downside I would say is we have a limited slot. We only take about 20 people. Okay, so we only take about 20 people. So if you want to be part of the 20 people, you need to grab your copy now. You need to take advantage of the discount that we are running for the first 20 people. Okay, so the 3 month internship, with CV review, LinkedIn optimization, all the things that we've talked about, navigating the job market, jobs you need to apply for, and so on and so forth. The full amount is £500, but we're running a discount. Okay, rather than you paying £500, you can actually pay £390 for 3 months. Now, the good thing about this is nobody's asking you to drop £390 today. You can pay in installments, okay, to make it easy for you. Now, for 6 months, you also have that same thing. So rather than paying £900 for the first 20 people to register, you get £150 discount. So you can actually pay £750 for 6 months. Remember, multiple installments are available. Okay. Now, for all the career paths you can see here, data analytics, data science, data engineering, business analysis, project management, SOC analyst and threat intelligence, ethical hacking, penetration testing, governance, risk and compliance. These are all 3 months. You can do 3 months. Okay, so 3 months discounted is £390, and you can pay in 3 installments. Okay, and for 6 months internship, it's £750, and you can pay in 5 installments rather. Sorry, I'm going to show you that right now. So I can see some people sending me a message about how to make payments. I'm going to show you that in a few seconds so you can take advantage of it as quick as possible. My colleagues are dropping the link for payment, so all you need to do is click on the link for payment. Once you click on that link, it takes you to a web page. All right, and here is the web page. So this is it. So this is the web page. It comes to this web page. So you see it here, Rave Internship Enrollment Center. All right. So what you want to do now is you see everything is categorized: data analytics 3 months, data analytics 6 months, data science 3 months, data science 6 months, data engineering 3 months, data engineering 6 months, business analysis 3. So you see everything categorized in that way. All right, all the way to governance, skill, risk, and compliance for 3 months. So what you want to do now is secure your internship. Secure your internship. So if you're interested in the data science 3 months internship, for example, all right, all you need to do is click on secure internship. So you see data science 6 months. So you can see you can pay up to 5 installments. So nobody's asking you to pay £750 today to get access to the internship. You could actually pay in 5 monthly installments. So once you click on 5 monthly installments, you see it will tell you how much you'll be paying every single month for the next 5 months. But now guess what? You don't need to wait 5 months before you can get a job. Okay? You're not waiting 5 months before you get your job. You're going to be working on projects. And in the same vein, looking at me, looking at my past experience, I was able to switch my job 2-3 times in the same period of year. So that's what you should be aiming to achieve. Your first job is not your best job. Okay? You want to get better job, and that's exactly what we're doing this. So make it easy for you. You're paying £150 every month, all right, to make it easy for you for 5 months to complete £750. But if you're interested in 3 months, you could do the same to click on 3 months, secure your internship, all right, and in 3 months, £390. You can pay 1 month install. You can pay one-time installment. You could do 2 monthly installments, and you could also do 3 monthly installments. So if you click on 3 monthly installments and click on secure internship, you're paying £130 monthly for the next 3 months. So make it easy for you. So you're not putting down a big box of money at once to say that this is exactly, no, you could always pay an installment to get you into the internship. All right. So that's exactly what we're talking about. Somebody's asking, no internship for software testing? No, unfortunately, no, we don't have. It's not something that we offer at the moment. All right, so this is how you go about the internship. So data analytics, data science, data engineering, business analysis, project management. So regardless of if you're interested in project management, this is another one for you to get access to. So once you've clicked on you can just click on proceed, put in your name, your address, your email, and click on proceed to make your payment. Click on, put your full name, your address, your phone number, and click on proceed. Okay, so you can secure your discount now and start this month, that's next month, May, or you could actually secure it for June. Does it mean no one can learn GRC without knowing SOC analysis? No. All right, so that's a very good question. No, GRC is on the career path on its own, so you don't need to go through any other thing. You can actually just go through GRC on its own. So we have a dedicated program for GRC, okay? Career path for GRC, so you have nothing to worry about. So you see all the internship prices are here on the screen. So for data analytics, data science, data engineering, business analysis, and project management, 3 month internship, 6 months internship. For 3 month internship, it's £390 discounted for the first 20 people. And I tell you this, it usually goes out very quickly. If I show you, let me just quickly show you so you know exactly where I'm coming from. So you want to take advantage of discounts as soon and as quick as possible. So I'm going to go to the Google Classroom, which is the repository of where all the projects are stored. So if I go to data analytics, okay, and I go to people, these are the guys that started last month, this month, April. You see April 12 data analytics work experience. People, you see, people that take advantage of it, we have 83 students in here. Now, only 20 of these students actually took advantage of the discount. The rest of them were waiting to the end, and they ended up paying the full amount to get access to the platform itself. So you want to take advantage of the discount now that we're running it, so you're not part of the people that will pay the £500, all right, that you will end up paying eventually. So take advantage of the discount and take advantage of it now. So career experience internship for SOC, ethical hacking, and GRC, it is £390 for 3 months. So that's basically the situation, £390 for 3 months. So if you come to the platform, all right, you come to the platform, okay, you'll see GRC at the bottom. So you just click on the link, it takes you to the bottom. So my colleagues are dropping the links in the chat. So all you need to do is click on the links. It takes you here. So you see GRC is the last one here. Governance, risk, and compliance, 3 months. Click on it. It is £390. Okay. You can click on 3 monthly installments. Click on secure internship, and you have everything dedicated in there. So once you've done that, click on proceed. So for GRC 3 months, you're paying £130. That's the price of groceries for a week. Okay, so you can dedicate to your career and ensure that you're getting the best career ever, best experience ever. So proceed, put in your full name, email, and phone number to get you started. All right. So thank you very much, guys. If you have any question, you can raise up your hand. Okay, I'll be taking questions in the next 2 minutes. So once you've made your payment, I can see somebody sending a message that they've made payments already. So what you want to do now is click on payment registration form. Ensure you fill this form. So after you finish making your payments, so you're going for GRC, you're going for data analytics, you're going for whatever career path, ensure you come back to fill the payment registration form. Now, this is where we get to confirm your payment, okay? So put in your first name, your last name, your email address, country of residence, your current status, your phone number. You want to click on next. Okay, so what internship program are you interested in? Oh, you paid for data analytics, you paid for GRC, you paid for ethical hacking, project management, whatever the case is. Upload the receipt. So that payment receipt, okay, the transaction receipt, either email, screenshot it, either the bank app or your email, take a screenshot, upload it here. Kindly state the name of the account you use to make payment. So if somebody made the payment for you, put the person's name here. So if your brother, your sister, your uncle, your auntie, your mom, your dad made payment for you, you can put their names here for us to make confirmation. All right. Terms and condition, the internship plan. Do you want a 6 months or do you want 3 months? Now, this is a very interesting one. Now, if you want 3 months, you can only do one type of internship. Okay, so if you select 3 months, data analytics, you can only do 3 months of data analytics. But if you select 6 months, all right, you can now select 2 career paths that you want to do internship in. Okay, so if you want to do the first 3 months for 6 months, if you want to do the first one in data engineering and you want to do the second one in data science, that's something you can do. All right, if you want to do the first one in project management and you want to do the second one in business analysis, so you'll split your 3 month internship into 3 months of project management and 3 months of business analysis. So rather than you paying over £1,000, you can secure using £750, okay, and you can get experience in 2 different career paths, 3 months of one and 3 months of another one. Okay, so that's exactly where you come in. So click on next and you can select when you want to start. So do you want to start in May or do you want to start in June? You can secure your discount now and start in June. Okay, so you don't know if the discount is going to be running. Okay, I don't know if the discount is going to be running also. So it depends on you. So if you want to take advantage of the discount now and start in June, that's also valid. Okay, so you can secure your position now, and that's it. So that's basically the situation. So I'll be taking questions now based off the way people raise up their hands. Okay, and that's it. All right, so let me see question. Lois, let me take Lois. Lois, do you want to go ahead to unmute yourself? Lois, do you want to go ahead? Okay, yes.
I'm interested in project management, but I just want to understand exactly what it is. But I know a little bit, like you'll be dealing with projects, but what type of project?
All right, very good question. I'm going to show you one of the one I shared earlier. All right, so I'll play it for you so you can see the project. Now, project management is divided into different sectors, different how do I put it, categorization. Okay, so now for this particular project, it is budgeting. Okay, so for every project that you're going to be working on, there has to be a budget. The project manager is the one responsible for the project. Okay, and also deploying the budget, and also the team that are going to be working on the project itself. So now let's take a look at it real quick, just because of your question, so I can play this real quick for you. Give me a second. I'm just going to share that screen so you can see better. I can't share the audio. That's the problem. You can see it, but the audio would not play. So I will need to stop sharing and share just the audio so you can hear it better, but not better. Okay. So this is one of the projects that the guys in project management are working on. I will show you another one that is very interesting also, and I would say that.
Hi there, I'm Christy, CEO of Innovatech Solutions. First, let me say this. It's an incredibly exciting time to be part of our journey. We've spent the last decade redefining how smart homes are built, and today, we're getting ready for our next big leap. We're launching SmartSense, a next-generation AI-powered home security system. It's smart, it's sleek, and it's built for the future. But here's the thing. Launching a product of this magnitude isn't just about innovation. It's about precision, about discipline, about making every dollar count without slowing down momentum. We're facing real-world business challenges, rising supply chain costs, tighter budgets, a fiercely competitive market that won't wait for us to figure it out. That's why we're not just looking for any project manager. We need an experienced, battle-tested project leader who can not only keep us on course but help us navigate smarter. Someone who understands that launching smart isn't just about doing things fast. It's about doing things right. We need someone who will build a bulletproof budget that maximizes value, control costs without sacrificing quality or innovation, see around corners, anticipating risks before they become problems, keep the team motivated, the vendors aligned, and the stakeholders smiling. In return, you won't just be managing a project. You'll be part of a mission to redefine what smart living looks like for thousands of families. You'll work
All right, so that's one of the projects that you get to work on. So this smart home company, all right, that is looking at implementing a new product, okay? And in order for them to implement this new product, obviously, if you've never done anything around product launch or launching a new product, it's very time consuming, number one, also very expensive for physical product, okay? So if you're selling a machine, you're selling the product, it's usually very time consuming, and also coordinating everything to ensure that everybody is sticking on course with the budget, okay? Because most times people feel like, when you are doing you're doing a project, you're managing a project, you're just talking to people and ensuring that things are done. There's also the company also has a budget that they're spending on that particular project. So if, for example, this particular project, they're looking at spending $200,000 on this project, and that is from marketing to customer satisfaction to employing people to salaries and everything. That's the budget for so you, the project manager, are the one that's supposed to manage every resource, okay, to ensure that they are on course with the budget itself. So from marketing campaign to employing new people to, even the physical that you're going to do free demo sessions, all these things should be priced at a particular point in order for you to get what you're looking for. So that's exactly what we're talking about. When you're talking about, project management project, okay? I'm going to share some other ones that the guys have worked on. This is another cohort working on another very interesting project. So these are the guys that started in February. I'm just going to show that with you real quick. Project management, classwork, and I'm going to go to iSense. The reason why I'm showing you, sorry, that was in January, so let me just show you that, guys. In January, they did something. They are about wrapping it up. It's iSense. So iSense project, this is the project manager. This is a brief session, the brief document overview, okay? Now, this guy is an AI powered, a lot of AI companies are coming out, all right? So you see a lot of AI implementation. That's good for your project management experience also. So iSense is an AI powered recruitment platform designed to bridge the gap between job seekers and employers and all that, blah, blah, blah. So your job as a project manager, let me just go straight to the key area, because as a project manager on this role, you're going to be working with business analysts, software developers, and so you're literally going to be managing this particular project. So I'll just go straight down to the deliverables, okay? A functional MVP with recruiters, user feedback, summary, and actionable insight, detailed documentation of features, presentation slides, summarize project timelines, and so on. So now let me show you the final, the MVP. They literally just submitted the MVP a couple of weeks ago. So I'm going to share that with you right now, okay? Just give me a second. I'm going to look for the website. So they just launched the website, and we have an MVP now for the product itself. And this is exactly what makes it very unique and interesting. Okay, very interesting. So this is iSense. Remember, that's the name of the company. Lois, are you still here? Are you here with me?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I can't. Yes, I can see, but I can't really read it. It's too small.
Yeah, if I even zoom in, it's just going to be zoomed in. All right. So, but let me just show you the platform itself. I'm going to show you the platform. So this is what they've. So you see, this is the platform: smart hiring, stronger teams, AI-powered recruitment for the future. So this is what they've designed so far. Okay, they have currently looking at launching the MVP of these particular products. Okay, so the project managers on this particular call on this particular project were the ones that managed every single resource that led to them developing the MVP of this particular project itself. So these are kind of projects that you're going to be working on, industry relevant projects to cut across several aspects of project management. So like I said, when you're looking at project management cuts across critical areas, core areas within project management. So number one, if you're going into project management, for example, you need to be able to handle a budget. And that's like what I showed you earlier. Budgeting is just one of the things that you're going to be working on. In the other same vein, you're also going to be looking at monitoring, reporting, performance evaluation, change management, project closure, KPI tracking, risk management, project initiation, business case development. These are key areas that you need to be good at when you're looking at project management. And that's essentially what you'll be learning during the internship. Does that answer your question, Louis?
So after I finish this, how am I going to get the experience? Are you going to give me a job or?
So you're going to be working on these projects. So these projects are going to be your experience. All right.
All right.
You are going to be working on these projects, and that's what will give you the experience that you're looking for. So if today, for example, Lois, you're looking at becoming a project manager, all right, and you go on the job board and you go search for, are you based in the UK or where are you based?
Yes, I'm based in the UK.
All right, so take for example, you search for a project, you're looking at getting into project management. So you search for a project manager role, okay, and let's just take a look at it. So this was posted yesterday. Let's take a look at any one of them. All right. So you see these guys now are looking at, okay, people that have what? Proven project management skills, PMO experience. You have project management accreditation, coaching, training, strong problem solving skills, consultancy, client-facing background in utilities, telecom. So they're looking for people that have experience in this career path. Now, the key question here is, sorry, just give me a second. I will take you in a few seconds. Just raise up your hand. I'll take your question. All right. So you see, these guys are looking for people that have experience in the space. So all you need to do now, the key question is, where are you supposed to get this experience? So now, what are we looking for? Project management experience, ideally gained in matrix organization. When they say matrix organization, is from you don't have one direct source of reporting. You're working alongside different people, within the different organizations and so on. So they need you to have project management experience to get this job. Where are you supposed to get this experience? That's exactly where Andari comes in. So we're going to give you this project. We're also going to assign coaches to you for you to work on this project to gain this experience that you can use in applying for these kind of jobs. And that's the reason why we're reviewing your CV, we're doing LinkedIn optimization, we're showing you how to navigate the job market, we're doing all these things for you so you can be employable. All right. So currently you don't have the experience and you want to get a job as a project manager. We're giving you the experience. We're also providing you with employability skills that you can use in applying for these jobs and getting these jobs eventually. Does this make sense, Lois?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's what we do for you. So we give you the experience that you need in order for you to get a job eventually. All right. So whenever you apply for this job, for example, and they're asking about, oh, tell me about a time let's take, for example, let's look at this. Leading projects with business perspective, including EVM, schedule, adherence, and schedule risk assessment. Like these are the things I mentioned earlier that are key things that you need to be doing as a project manager. So now if they ask you, oh, can you tell me about a time you've led a project using the EVM, schedule, adherence policy, or risk assessment, where you've done risk assessment before? You can talk about the experience that you did with Andari to say that, oh, working as a project manager with Andari, we had a client which was building an AI-powered recruitment platform. And in this particular thing, we needed to understand and that's how you discuss all the things that you've done with Andari. And when they ask, okay, can you provide a reference? We will provide a work reference from you registered in the UK, and then you can use that work reference and get in the job eventually. So now, if they ask you questions about your experience in project management, you likely will not be able to answer. Okay, and that's exactly why we're providing this value to you in order for you to be able to get started. Lois, is this are you taking advantage of the discount and starting? I want to
Yes.
work with you.
Yes,
Awesome.
I really understand what you're saying, but I just wanted to know if you can get a job in any other country besides UK, isn't it?
Yeah, sure, 100%. So our platform, if you go to the website, we get jobs from the US, from the UK, from literally everywhere. So anywhere you can see some of these remote jobs that we have here are literally scattered across the world. All right. So you see everything this is Ontario. This is in Ontario. This is in Canada. All right. But this is an AI machine learning specialist. But there are literally tons of jobs there that you can actually apply to. Okay. So you don't have to be in the UK to apply for jobs in the UK. Make sense?
Yes, thank you very much.
All right. Looking forward to having you on board, Lois. I like your energy and looking forward to working with you. All right. Thank you. So let me just go ahead to take Kelvis. Kelvis, do you want to ask a question real quick? Kelvis? Okay, Kelvis, I'm going to be fast. I'm going to be going to Uwanchuku. Uwanchuku, do you want to go ahead to unmute yourself and ask a question? Uwanchuku, going once, going twice, gone.
Hello.
Yes, Uwanchuku, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. So I want to ask a question. I've done data analysis training before.
Okay.
The thing I want to know is, you guys are talking about internship, and that is why I picked interest. Because if it was something about training, I wouldn't pick any interest. So I want to know, when you say internship, are we really going to be doing the job? Not just you giving us an assignment and then telling us you're going to present this assignment, no guidance, apart from the video we are going to watch.
There's no video. We're not getting any video. So let me show you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Will it be like working in a company?
All right. So you say you're interested in data analytics. Okay. So let me show you this. Let me show you this one now. So now this is one of the projects that the guys are working on. Now this is with main stack. You can see this main stack project. Can you see main stack? All right.
Yes.
So now main stack is our payment platform, our provider, the main stack guys. So if you come here, you see main stack. Okay, let me just say main stack. Let me go to search for them personally. So main stack. So main stack, you see them. This is the company themselves. This is main stack, the company. Now main stack will never be main stack. Okay, we have our interns in data analytics. I want to gain experience in analytics and all that. Can you tell us something that's something that is going on within the organization that you feel that will be interesting for you, the data analyst, to work on? So what do? They give us the business challenges or the business things that they feel like will give you good experience. So what do we do now? You see it here. I'm going to show you the project itself so you understand exactly where I'm coming from. So now this is a project, and this is exactly what we're talking about. So you see, enhancing business growth and user retention through advanced transaction analysis, customer lifetime value optimization, customer lifetime value optimization at Mainstack. Remember, Mainstack is a real company. They've given us this thing for you to work on. So now we're only going to provide guidance and support and mentorship. You will be the one to work on this project by yourself. So now, Mainstack is an innovative fintech platform designed for creators, digital entrepreneurs, and freelancers to showcase your work, sell products and services. You can read up on Mainstack by themselves, or you can just come to we've provided a company overview. So now, what are the challenges? Despite its success, Mainstack faces two critical and intertwined challenges. Number one is business growth plateau and user retention issues. A growing percentage of users become inactive after the first 2-3 transactions, the first 1 or 2 transactions. Now, this is their business challenges, and they're giving it to you for you to work on. So it's a consulting company where you don't know Mainstack. You're not working with Mainstack. You're working with Andari. They've given us this challenge. Okay, now you, the data analyst, have to work on this particular challenge, and you come up with recommendations for Mainstack. Does this make sense?
Yeah.
Wanchiko. So nobody's going to be, there's no video. All right, you have support. You do have support materials. Take for example, for this project, you're going to be working with what technology for this project? Okay, so these are the data sets you get to work with. These are the data like real life projects you get to work with. So now for this particular project, you're going to be working with PostgreSQL or BigQuery or Snowflakes, depending on your choice. ETL, you're going to be working with Power Query, Power BI, or SQL pipelines, also depending on your choice. Anyways, you have a coach, you have a mentor that would guide you on what your options are. Okay, analytics, you're going to be using Power BI. SQL backend analytics, you're going to be using SQL for CTEs, window functions, and so on. All right, and so basically, the project you're going to be using Power BI and SQL for this entire project itself. Okay, so does this make sense? Does this get you excited to say that? Okay, yeah. So when you have an interview now, you can clearly talk about, okay, yes, I remember when I was working with Andari, we had this particular client of ours, which is a payment platform, which help creators and all that to, to receive money in different currencies across the world. Now, while working with these people, we saw that two major things were the major problem: business growth plateau, and transaction customer lifestyle variance and all that. And that's where you come in. So while I was working on this project, I got to use Power BI. I used Power BI to analyze the transaction reports, to analyze their, customer insight and all that. And that's what you use in gaining your own experience. Does this sound exciting, Wanchuku?
Yeah, it does. But I would like to ask, if someone is totally new, how would the person navigate through this?
All right, if
Because
you're totally
in
new.
companies, there are still new people.
So in any new organization, you want to employ a new person. So if you want to sew, you have a party you're going to, you have a wedding you're going to, and you've bought clothes for that wedding. And they said, there are two tailors. One tailor just finished from fashion school, doesn't have any sample of projects that they've worked on. And the other tailor did not go to school, but can show you different samples of projects or different samples of clothes that they've designed in the past. Who would you give your clothes to?
The one that
The
has
one,
samples.
the one that has experience, correct? The one
Yeah.
that has show you sample. That's exactly what it is. So there's no organization that would take you in if you don't have experience. Okay?
No, just like me, I don't have the experience, but I have the skill. I don't know if you understand it. That's
That's
why I'm
exactly,
coming to have the experience.
yes, exactly. So we will take you
Now,
in. That will take you in
now,
one.
now, what I'm saying, even with the skill that I have, it is not so deep. I would say I'm an when you say beginner, intermediate, I'm an intermediate person, not an expert.
All right, so awesome question. Okay, and that's why we have Learn, okay, which is our dedicated learning system where you can actually take short courses. So if you don't know so much about, maybe you've not done too much data modeling in Power BI before, and you want to learn data modeling. So you see it's your introduction to Power BI and data modeling. So you can take short courses on the platform. In the same vein, we also provide you with additional materials on the project. Okay, so other materials that you can get to work with in order for you to learn and work on the project. But one thing I would like to let you know also is, if somebody has experience, if somebody has learned that technology, that person can spend 1 hour on this project, for example, can spend 1 hour on this project every single day. All right, but you don't have any knowledge, you've not done this thing before, you can't spend 1 hour. You probably have to do like 2 hours every day
Mm-hmm.
for the week. So if the person has experience or that has used Power BI very well is spending 1 hour on the project Monday to Friday, that's 5 hours. You are new, you've never done it before, you've never used Power BI before, you cannot be spending the same 1 hour with the person that has learned it before. So you will probably have to do 2 hours Monday to Friday. So you would have done 10 hours. That's 5 hours more than the person that had experience with that same
Mm-hmm.
technology. So if you're willing to take on that, that mantle to say that I will learn, I want to work on the project at the same time, that's exactly that's literally why we're doing what we're doing. All right. So if you're willing to learn and also do the project side by side, learn and do the project, you are going to be fine. 100%. Okay.
Yeah. So
Yes.
How long can one access the platform?
Okay, yeah. So as long as you're on the platform, you get access to it. Even after you complete the program, you still get access to it. But the thing with that also is we're a bit tricky, we're a bit finicky about that because from experience, people want to just follow. Okay, people just want to just stay on the platform without achieving anything great. So we've put in a timeline. We put in a timeline of a year, 1 year access to everything that you have there. So we want people to use the experience they're getting from Andari to get a job. Okay, so we don't want you to spend the next 2 years, hanging around and figuring out things or just hanging around. So we want you to hit the ground running, like our president. Okay, where you can hit the ground running, learn, get experience, get a job. So we limit it to just 1 year. Unfortunately, you don't have a lifetime access to it. 1 year, you get a job, you get into it, all right, and that's it. But if you come back to us, we can always definitely find ways around it. Okay, say you've gone through us, you've gotten a job, and you need like extra resources and all that. We will definitely 100%, step in for you. All right, once you does that make sense for you?
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Thanks. All right. So there are quite a number of people raising up their hands. And honestly, looking at the time, I know it's very late your time. It's very, very late your time. So I may not be able to take every question that we have here. Okay. So what I would do for you, I would have a one-on-one session. Okay, one-on-one session with everybody looking to ask questions. So if you have any question, my colleagues are going to send you an email or they're going to drop a link in the chat where you can fill. If you fill the attendance form, we'll send you an email. If you have any question and you want to speak with me personally, we would have a one-on-one conversation starting from Monday next week. You can have that conversation. But one thing I usually would tell most people is secure first. Okay, it's not during the one-on-one session and there's no more slots because we're only taking 20 people, all right, with a discount. So if you want to take advantage of the discount now, please take advantage of it now. You can come back and ask questions, but take advantage of the discount. Then we can have that one-on-one. And if you want to make any changes, we can definitely make that change for you. But we're only going to be taking the 20 people for the discount. That's what I would say. So unfortunately, I can't take all the questions that I have here today, just because we don't have enough time. But if you're looking at getting started, take advantage of the discount, secure your space. First thing Monday, we'll be having one-on-one sessions, and then you can book that and we can have a conversation. All right. So thank you very much, guys. And I hope you had a wonderful time. I had a wonderful time. I learned so much from the interaction that I had with you. And I hope you also learned from the interaction that I had with me. All right. So somebody's asking cybersecurity is still available, 100% still available. You click on the link, pay for it, and that's it. All right. Thank you very much. And if you had a wonderful time, can you unmute yourself and say, yeah, yeah. You had a wonderful time. Say, yeah, yeah. Let's go.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. Oh my. All right, guys. I had a wonderful time also. Looking forward to having you. And let's see how we can help you get started within the tech space. That's all we do. Give you experience, give you employability skills that you can use to get in a job within the tech space. So without further ado, looking forward to having you on board. And if you want to secure your space, and we can have a conversation next week. But if you don't want to secure your space and still want to have a conversation, we're going to be there for you also. So thank you very much. Do have a wonderful weekend, and bye for now. Cheers, guys.
Yes.